We're getting this one uploaded. When does the game start? It says in 3 minutes, but I think we're probably going to get like team walkouts and stuff, so it might be closer to like 15, 20 minutes if I'm keeping it a buck with you. Alright. It's uploading now in the background. How many more matches? One more match for Grand Final. Grand Final coming up once everyone's ready. The last chance, what are we saying? Yeah, so what the last chance... Let me see if I can find the calendar for you. Or maybe... where was it? Where did I see it? There was a calendar somewhere. Maybe it wasn't on the OWCS website. Maybe it was actually the Esports World Cup that posted it. Maybe it was the Esports World Cup that posted it. Oh god, they're going to tweet so much actually, it's going to be impossible to find it. But basically, we're going to get just OWCS, playoffs, regular season, etc, etc. And then there's going to be a last chance qualifier, which is going to be a LAN tournament in Riyadh itself at the Esports World Cup. And then this is for the winner of this, so just one spot. And that goes directly to the Esports World Cup itself, where they'll join the other 15 teams that have already qualified through their respective OWCS or FACEIT competitions. Any good notifications? Not really. Something about fantasy? A LAN for qualifiers? Yeah, it's almost like we're a real esport. Who qualifies for last chance qualifier? We don't know yet. The expectation is there'll be teams from all regions. We don't know the number. The only thing we know for sure is that the winner of this tournament we're watching now gets a spot. Yeah, current patch as well for this one. How did AG lose to Pokerface? Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting game. What was most surprising about it is there wasn't anything in terms of like, oh, they've got a better meta read or this or that. They just played better. Just an outperformance, really. It was unbelievable. Like, best performance I've seen from Spin. All the games I've watched him so far by a mile. He was incredible today, Spin. Missing really good, and that Tracer Kirigio just won the side fight so often. AG seemed a bit sluggish, a bit slow in their decision makings, undecisive, which isn't something we normally associate with AG. So a really poor performance from AG, and that could have pretty damaging consequences for them as we move into the qualification out of the group stage of Korea. No, I don't think Psycho's on support. I think they've got Simple for this, because they had to play Psycho on support. And that was in Saudi E-League, which is a slightly different tournament. And the rosters were already, it was the stage 1 rosters were still locked, so they couldn't use Simple yet. So Simple should be in for this. Yeah, Korea, like this weekend, if you're around Saturday and Sunday morning, or whatever time zone it is for you, Korea is an absolute meta. It's like, there's must-win games both days. The second game each day is really life or death for the teams. Maybe not life or death. It's life or slightly worse life. Because the teams that lose out will still get to go through last chance qualifier. But that's the Korean last chance qualifier. Not to be confused with the Esports World Cup last chance qualifier. So there's lots of tournaments going on, multiple last chance qualifiers.
اتوقع الحماس جدا بيكون عالي، الناس كلها متحمسه لهذه المباراه وبنشوف مين راح يكون فيها الفائز. ونقطه يعني نذكر فيها ان البطوله هذه اللي بتاهل الى اللاست تشانس كواليفايرز اللي بتعطيك مقعد في كاس العالم. فرصه جدا جيده، يعني لو ممكن لا سمح الله بعض النتائج ما كانت الافضل ما قدرت تتاهل عنها، خلينا نقول هذه فرصه جدا جيده انك تخليك تتاهل كاس العالم.
يعني في معطيات ممكن ناخذ ونعطي في هالمباريات، لكن لو بنتكلم عن اللاعبين
We're not going to literally kill the teams who don't qualify. I believe we're not allowed to do that anymore.
أحد متوسد بأحد من القادسية.
Al Qadsiah football team is playing now in the Saudi Kings Cup final. Is that the equivalent of like the FA Cup essentially? Just like a domestic cup basically, with all the domestic teams from Saudi Arabia. Oh, yeah. I can just look at the score actually. Alright, spoiler warning for the Kings Cup if anyone was saving that game. Where are we? South America. Kings Cup? Oh, they just started. Is this the Mane team? Or no, Mane's on the same team as Ronaldo, right? Alright, this is the Benzema team. Yeah, I mean these lineups are actually like relatively stacked, right? Like Fabinho, Kante, that's a great fucking midfield. Benzema up front, Bergwijn left wing. Really not too bad. And then Al Qadsiah. Yeah, Aubameyang. Probably the player that stands out the most. Done well to get here actually. Isn't it funny? Now Aubameyang and Landon work at the same place. Just wouldn't expect it really, you know? Just wouldn't expect it.
وبرضه النهائي انتهى 4-3 فاجام دائما فبنشوف متعه زي ما قلت.
Don't know what to do with that information. It's just something that's true. Ask us rather than Google right now. I know, right? Does CR have any consequences with their placement? Yeah, CR have already qualified for the Esports World Cup. So whatever happens to Crazy Raccoon, they'll be at the Esports World Cup. Would it be an Asia Stage 2 or to Korea? No, so there's no Asia playoffs this time. So all the respective competitions, Korea playoffs, the Pacific playoffs, and the Japanese playoffs, all of these lead directly to the Esports World Cup. The Asia teams don't meet up. So Korea playoffs, which is normally a bit of a like preview of the real finals, this time is the real finals. If both of these teams make Esports World Cup through getting top 3 in E, Vision makes LCU. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly, Shilmi. You're going to be keeping serious tabs on Simple's KD? Are people considering transfer him for fantasy? Alright, here are the Alcad guys. Fresh off what was a pretty comfortable victory versus Vision Esports. I mean, it was a hell of a circuit royale, but everything else was pretty straightforward for him.
After winning your last match against Team Vision, do you think you're going to do it right now against Twisted Minds or not?
Every time we play Twisted, it's always a messy, scrappy fight, but we always win, so I'm not too worried.
So we can call you are the champion right now after this match?
I mean, of course, we always beat them.
Wish you all the best. يستاهلون أقول تحية فعلا.
Confidence from Landon, I like it.
بعد هذه المباراة قد يكونون هم الأبطال أمام تويستد مايند وأكثر من مرة تواجهوا، لكن هل من الممكن أن نشوف هم الأبطال ولا لا؟ لكن خلونا نتعرف ونسمع أقوى تحية مرة أخرى لتويستد مايند.
Alright, is Psycho wearing the scarf? This is going to be pivotal for TM. He's got the scarf on. They got their own theme song? Simple there as well. But big trouble for Alcad. Because Psycho has the scarf. And Yubi has fucking Ash Ketchum'd it right now. The backwards cap. This could be trouble for Alcad.
أبي أسألك أنتم متواجدين في الجراند فاينل من زمان والآن بيكون خصمكم.
Oh, was that Quartz? Sorry.
Oh. على تيم
I swear it was Yubi wearing the cap last time.
في هذا السيناريو بدأت المباراة بتكون بيست اوف 7.
والله إن شاء الله بنفوز عليهم.
Has he given him the cap? Fuck.
يعني الفوز نقدر نقول تويستد مايند؟
إن شاء الله إن شاء الله يا رب.
يا سلام عليك وهي هذه.
It's because Yubi wore the cap last time.
ونادي قدسية أيضا جالسين يقولون احنا اللي بنكون الأبطال في هذه البطولة، لكن بالأول بالأخير نتمنى لهم كامل التوفيق. وأما الآن خلونا نروح للاستديو التحليلي وبعدها بندخل على المباراة.
لكم جميعا وشكرا للقادسية وأيضا توستد مايند ووجيه على التقديم الأكثر من رائع.
Nice try, guys.
الكبير أكيد ملامح الوجه وضحك عن توستد مايند والقادسية. تشوف تصريحات
Yeah, TVNT out. He started map 1
كل واحد لو
for...
لاحظ ترى مهدي ما في
What was
أحد
it, for the TU series?
بيصرح تصريح خلينا نقول ينقلب عليه
But
يعني
I don't know, when I think it was Astro I asked at the time, when we asked about like what's the decision here, right, in terms of TVNT KSA, it was just a they both get playtime, right, they both have their maps.
ما اتذكر ان لعبوا 5 مرات، القادسية فاز 3 مرات، توستد مرتين. هل توستد الان راح يعادلهم وتكون نتيجة 3-3 ولا لا؟
He said we will win.
أيضا دور جماهيري رائع جدا في اليوم الأخير.
Right, both teams reckon they will win.
يعني
Oh.
تجهيز اللاعبين لدخول المباراة الكبيرة.
I've not done my fantasy team yet.
نشوف الهيرو فيديوز اللي يظهر أمامكم الآن على الشاشة ونشوف استعدادات توستد وتهديدهم الكبير اللي راح يكون
Cold from Astro.
على القادسية للحفاظ
I
على اللقب اللي كتب
They both fucking did it. What can you do? They hit you with a double Wakanda?
التاريخ اللي هم كاتبين لنفسهم.
As, I don't know, scarf, backwards cap, double Wakanda?
صاحب الكعب العالي في المباراة.
Some Alcad fans are going to have to start talking up their team right now because it feels like it's slipping away already.
اتوقع في غلط. ايه سمبل مو موجود بس بدال يوبي المفروض يكون سمبل.
صحيح.
التشكيله راح تكون كي اس اي كوارتز سايكو فانياسترو سمبل.
لكن كل هالامور راح نتاكد منها ان شاء الله باذن الله بعد المقابله راح تكون معكم الان.
My name is Psycho. I play DPS for Twisted Minds.
I know this guy.
Astro. I play support for Twisted Minds.
I think it's a clear upgrade.
Around season 7.
Let's hear Psycho.
I realized I'm pretty good at this game, so when I started making a little bit of money being a semi-professional, I asked myself, why don't I just do this full time? And then here we are today.
I started playing Overwatch in the beta.
So simple.
Just playing casually with my friends, and then playing high rank, and learned to boost other people, and then went professional from there.
My biggest challenge in my sports career was convincing my parents to do this job. Because every time I was playing video games on my PC, my dad did not like it at all. I have 2 pretty traditional parents who don't like the idea of video games. So convincing them to do that was a big challenge. But when they saw that I was making money, it was pretty easy.
Yeah. Once my money comes in.
We've had so far as having no coach makes it a little.
The mic's so bad for Daniel.
We have to work through all our problems together and talk about how we want to do things, figure things out between each other and between ourselves, and come to solutions without someone else telling us what to do.
I'd have to agree with Astro here. We don't have a coach, so every time we face any difficulties, it's one of the players that has to step up. So yeah, I mean, it means the world to us. We as Twisted Minds, we always love to compete in Saudi tournaments, just to prove we're the best Saudi team. There's a bit of an ego there, so beating teams like Qadsiah and Vision, as Twisted Minds, it means a lot to us. So we'll make sure to do that.
We'd love to lift this trophy.
Exactly, right here.
I think at the start, TM started out as a more inflexible, sort of slightly cheesy team, but we've definitely turned into like the most flexible team, I'd say, in the region. We have the ability to play so many different tanks. We play double flex support comps. We play all these different things. We have a dedicated sim guy for us a spanner in the works, and yeah, we have so many different things. We're so hard to prepare to play against.
Since we don't have a coach, like I mentioned earlier, it's just one of the players that has to step up and speak up. So whether that's me or Yubi or Funny Astro, doesn't matter. But one of us has to step up and start that conversation.
I hope the team will stick together for a full year. I think we've got such an insane roster. I think we'll be hopefully winning all the tournaments for the next year.
Well, hopefully us at Twisted Minds will be able to lift this trophy, and then in about 2 months or 1 month, lift the Esports World Cup trophy.
The Saudi Challenge
Big talk.
Good event for us to get some well-needed LAN practice in with the whole roster, get some experience before Esports World Cup starts. We'll be ahead of the other teams.
Yeah, not only LAN practice, but just seeing the team in person, because usually we're You know, I'm in Austria, he's in the UK. We don't see each other face to face. So just that face to face connection, it means a lot to us.
Thank you for cheering for us. We're going to try our best to win every tournament this year.
Shukran al support.
عفوا يعني عجبتني اخر شيء ختم الانترفيو بشكرا مقابله جدا رائعه لتوستد.
Yeah, one thing Psycho talks about as well that he thinks is really important about this time for Twisted Minds in particular is Simple has been in out in Saudi Arabia the whole time he's been on the team, but he's kind of alone, right? He's alone, so I think him having the company of his teammates for a long time is going to be super important, beneficial to them, particularly to Simple. And like Psycho said, always easier to be in a team if you've met each other in real life first. It makes a huge difference.
عارف لكن برضو يعني كل هالامور تبان في اول راوند ثاني راوند. السهره لحد الان مستمره بشكل كبير جدا بيست اوف 7 والتحدي راح يكون صعب. يظهر امامنا على الشاشات الان روستر القادسيه ايمو كيف راح يكون الموضوع تحديدا انه في نقاط كان القادسيه يعني مركز فيها في المباراه السابقه.
ما شفنا فيه اي تغيير، روستر قادسية نفسه هو اللي ثابت في المباراه السابقه والمباراه هذه.
So yeah, I guess the big difference here as well, like as much as they can run their own sim comps TM, it's a little bit more telegraphed when it comes in, right? You know, even though Psycho can play sim, really we just never expect Psycho to use that hero for them. So they should know a little bit more in terms of what to expect just based off a roster here outcad. I don't know if it will make a huge difference really in terms of how both teams approach it, because they're both going to actually want to play similar comps. Like as much as, you know, TM talks in their interview about like flexibility and all these different tanks, etc. I don't know. I think these teams are pretty evenly matched in terms of the comps they can play in that. So it's going to be boost down for the first map if anyone wants to factor that into their predictions. Bans are going to come out. Twisted Mind should have got first ban because they are obviously from the upper bracket. They're going to ban Anna here. And it's going to be an Ash ban in response, actually, from Qadsiah here. Which doesn't seem all that consequential at all. I don't know if they know something that we don't know about where they play Ash on this map. But I don't think the Ash ban will be that impactful. And honestly, the Anna ban. Were they really expected to see an Anna? I don't know. I would have thought, if anything, the team most likely to play Anna would have been TM themselves. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see quite a bit of this throughout, just in terms of both teams pretty happy to just play really similar compositions. And a lot of the bans feel a little bit more just decorational. Oh wait, also those bans were wrong. Let's try again. So Twisted Minds get the first ban. They have banned Lucio, which does seem a little bit more impactful here. Wanted to force potentially some kind of double flex support. Ram ban on the other hand, which seems again actually a bit more directed here in terms of the way they want to shift the matchup here. Alcad wanting to force probably mostly Diva, maybe Mecha Base will still be Orisa, but probably mostly Diva on some of these maps here. Lucio ban on the other side from TM. Trying to force Kellex into a less comfortable situation potentially, but in reality they're just going to play Juno Brig instead here. I don't know if what this actually means is they want to take the Lucio away, because what Twisted Minds want to do on some of the maps is, say, Sanctuary for example, maybe even Mecha Base, they're going to play Juno Alari or something that we've seen a few teams play. And one of the hardest things to play into sometimes is if they have a Kiri Lucio comp, which we know Alcad like to run quite a lot. So instead of having the Kiri Lucio, that can maybe run down and out-tempo some of these wider and slower comps. Without that, it's going to be a bit trickier with only the Juno speed. So maybe that's the approach there from TM. We'll see once we get to Sanctuary about what they go. For people asking about Junkbuck as well, no, Junkbuck, he's coaching, but he's remote. He's in America still.
المباراة بعد قليل توستد مايند وايضا القادسية تقريبا 40 ثانية تفصلنا عن بداية المباراة الأولى في الجراند فاينل. توستد مايند القادسية الشباب أعطى توقعات.
Seems like we're getting another bit of a slowdown here.
ممكن يصير معك، ممكن القادسية يتفوق، ممكن أيضا توستد يتفوق.
طيب عطنا توقعك يا تركي.
يعني أنا 4-0 توستد.
4-0. ممكن ما أتوقع بس أحس الجيم بيكون كلوز، كل الفريقين متعودين على بعض.
ممكن وإذا صارت 4-0
عاد شو نسوي؟ مبروك فزت.
انت فزت واحده لازم نجيبك عاد. لازم نلحق.
ممكن ترى عادي لا تستبعد شيء من هنا في هذه المباراه. BSL دائما ممكن.
Why is he vacation? No, he lives in America. He lives in America. Start the game. Now you've asked. I was about to do it, Hadi, but now you've asked me. I'm sulking and I'm not going to do it. So, it's Hadi's fault everyone at the game's not starting.
على كيوبي جاهز في تريسر وجاهز في اشياء ثانيه كثير. انا كل مره في تريسر دائما بدع فيها.
ما يوبي اثبت لنا ضد قادسية بدبليو.
Is it every arena? Yeah, I don't know exactly where it is. I don't know if anyone I don't know if anyone recognizes it, but it's in like a small arena. I presume in Riyadh.
بالعكس في سنه من السنوات اللي كان ناجح فايز فيها اغلب بطولات السنه يوبي كان فيها تريسر ما كان فيها حتى سنه.
فعلا.
Why is the sim OP and why is it always viable? I mean, it's... Oh, thank you, Juby. Look who's turned up to work here. Appreciate the 16 months, Juby. Sorry. Raj asked, why is sim so OP and is it always viable? Not always viable, but it's really good. And a lot, like, both of these teams are quite diva heavy, but Orisa heavy as well. Sim is good into both of these heroes. So it's a little bit what tanks are strong now, power up the sim. But in reality, both of these teams just like Sim. And you can do so much with the Sim. TP is always so powerful. We've seen Qadsiah use it in a few different ways. The whole team rotates, map flips. We've seen it just to TP Ziad to harass in our early series against Vision. So it's, yeah, this is a huge scope. The level of play you can have is really high. Alright, so it looks like we're locking in player cams. Let's get some kind of initial vibe check. Feeling fairly locked in. Worth noting the scarf has stayed on, but the cap has come off. The cap has come off. Ziad threatening to start a Winston, which is surely a joke. A clear and obvious joke. KSA's going to start with Malga, don't need to ask him twice. Really, this might be a bit of a showdown if they both play the Malga about the two players with the biggest feet in the region. Okay, no, spread's closed, and we're off. It's going to be Malga versus Diva. Sim immediately coming out from checkmate. They're investing into that as they take the Mega Room early on here, Alcad. KSA is going to camp the outside, and there's another TP for the flip. Where are they going? It's just a fake, well, not a fake, sorry, just for Ziad. He's going to harass, and oh no, the Sim's in big trouble here. Can check. Oh no, it was Astro actually, sorry. Astro's going to get caught by that Sim TP. Rotates the wrong way, ends up between, well, both sides of Qadsiah, and that's an easy opening pick. Now they can turn their attention onto the front line. Stomp comes in. TP to avoid the Stomp. They TP back to damage it afterwards. Matrix coming through. Kenex is going to bash towards point though. Don't find anything more, but they do get the first flip off that opening pick on Astro. Astro is back in the fight now, but significantly behind on this Ray charge. TP onto the high ground. Lugta looking for something. Doesn't have a full rail yet. He's going to slide behind. They've lost checkmate during all of this. Lots of TPs and rotations and moving around the map from Qadsiah, but they've lost checkmate in all of it. KSA is committed in deep with that Stomp. Ziad is all over him though. Psycho manages to find a trade going down with that. Lugta can't connect for rail actually. So it will just be a straightforward flips back for Twisted Minds. Obviously the pick opens the door, but when KSA committed for that Stomp, I thought it was going to maybe be a one-way trip for him. But Psycho right there on these dives. Now in control. Still significant Ray advantage for Landon here, so keep your eye on that one. That's going to be a really tough one for Twisted Minds to deal with. The Kitsune Rush won't be enough to match it. They're going to rotate through. TP goes out. It's for everyone. They eat the pulse bomb there. Kitsune Rush as they Ray and TP. The Ray keeps everyone alive, and Ziad is so hungry. He's eating both DPS ults. They're all so low after that Ray still too, so they're going to get into kill regardless. Now they're focusing down Ziad, who dies 98% to bomb. No remake opportunity. And Ziad, he couldn't eat enough. They clean up a baby, and KSA is now playing Sweeper, cleaning up this Sim on the coast as well. A couple of trades, but no flip and not enough for Alcad. And they win the Kitsune Rush fight, despite Ziad eating all those ultimates. They were just so low after the race still. It's always dangerous when you just TP directly into a team like that and you're just going to get hit from all sides. They try to full Matrix it, but it doesn't work out. Ziad's trying to clear the Tracer out here, but doesn't really get him that clear. They're walking up. Stomp is actually a Stomp out from KSA. Ziad continues to push that one. They're going forward. Cage is out. Rally is available from Kellex. Full shield up here, and KSA is getting burnt right now. He's going to die in his own cage. 1-for-1 trade already. Bomb comes out from Ziad. They can stabilize around this Alcad and move themselves to point. They've got themselves flipping that cap now as well. Ray is coming through from Astro, but where's the push? Where's the kills? Doesn't find all that much at all. TP onto the high ground as they look to try and shut down these angles. Lubta's back on a high ground of his own. A symbol to keep the fight going. Psycho's just going to be found out in the open by Lubta. Symbol means it ends up being quite an expensive one, honestly. But they get back in control of point and they have this overclock for the next fight. TM don't quite have anything yet. Couple of DPS ults. Nearly the Kitsune Rush. The Kitsune Rush will be the key advantage, I mean, for Twisted Minds to take this fight. But they're going to try and walk before that as well. Ziet's harassing from all sorts of sides, connects on Landon quite far back. Pulse Bomb onto the TP, but they all made it on the TP out. Overclock now from Psycho, from Lubta rather, which is just going to slow everyone down. Still trying to harass and take a bit of attention, Psycho. Just limit Lubta's opportunities. Some bolts go into him. Ziad is committed on the back. Wait, is Ziad too deep? Does he get out of this? He's trying to fly away. He's actually given him the slip. Ziad regroups with the team, checkmates on the high ground, and it's Quartz who falls. Ziad's so good at just baiting so much attention. You can see Twisted Minds, they're trying to chase him around. And meanwhile, while they're wasting all this time on Ziad, Lubta just has all the room in the world, and Psycho becomes a very isolated target. Now, all of a sudden, Alcad in pole position. They have the Ray to match this Kitsune Rush. And they're going to get a rally mid-fight as well. But Astro's not too far away on the Ray. If they can get this, turn this into a longish fight, they'll be okay. Kitsune Rush to start it. Ray in response now. KSA is trying to live. He charges out. They're trying to disengage, but they need Psycho to get the touch. I presume Psycho's got the touch as Qadsiah keep pushing forward. They kill KSA. They kill Simple. Psycho has got the touch. Quartz has found one trade, but they need so much from the DPS right now. Astro's trying to pocket both of them. He's still 13% from Ray. Psycho's got to do so much to keep this touch going. He actually got the flip as well, so they've got a bit of room to work with here. They give the flip back over and Psycho can start touching again. Forced away. Astro 5% from this Ray. Psycho needs help on point sooner rather than later. He's still trying to buy time. Pulse Bomb eaten again by Ziad, the hungriest man in all of Riyadh. Simple's got the kill onto checkmate though, and KSA can take over the touch. Pulse Bomb pushed over the edge. Big trouble here. Can they get away? No kills for Ziad, but just get back into mech. Rally comes through from Landon. They're still fighting, but the Malga is fully charged on point, just beaming into the back of Ziad. He's so low. Team are going to flip this right back. Rally from Kellex can't turn it. They'll kill this baby. They'll flip the point, and it's now Qadsiah who have to rush the touch. They have the symbol and the overclock if they get there. Clear ult advantage for Alcad if they can get to point. Question is, can they get it? SimTP to go for it. Slide as well. Quartz marks both of these. It does trigger overtime, but they've got no DPS. They've got no symbol. No one can give a follow-up touch. TM claw their way back into it. Oh, what a good flip from Psycho. Saves the round for him there. Few discussions here from TM. Headset off from KSA. Few discussions about everything. Close round, could have gone either way, but yeah, they had the ult advantage, they try and push forward, but that flip cost them. We talked about this a little bit in the Vision match when Choi was starting on Tracer versus Checkmate Sim, and this is the freedom the Tracer player gets when the matchup is like this. He can just pull apart, he can back cap. It means Alcad can't play some of their early fast tempo fights that they like because they just risk the back cap like we just saw. Psycho does such a good job to stall that out though, and then TM come back and then they have the ults to actually win proper. And that's why you always wear a scarf to LAN. Not really a close. In terms of a Vision series, some people ask if it was close or anything like that. There was an absolutely incredible Circuit Royale. Everything else was actually pretty one-sided in Qadsiah's favour. So, like, not really net series. The scarf would distract the shit out of you. Yeah, personally, I can only play, like, just t-shirt. Just t-shirt. Anything else on my arms or around there, just don't like it. Alright, my food is here as well, so I'm gonna actually, I might steal some food while we're in this pause.
وقاعدين يلعبونه بشكل مثالي عكس فيجن يوم شفنا مثلا موقع منهم 3 فايتات خسروها على طول مو قادرين
talk amongst yourselves while I eat.
لكن شوف تويستد بحكم انه متعودين عارفين هذا الكوم دارسينه زين.
I can't play 2-time land champion yet.
كان يلعب باسلوب هجومي بحت، انه يخش يسوي سلام، يحاول انه يدمج. لا
كان تيم بلاير اكثر مما هو سولو بلاير.
فعليا كان دائما يحاول يسوي روتيشن، يهلد سبيس اكثر من انه
Give us an ad.
كان يخاف حتى
I don't know how long the pause is going to be.
هل هو فيك ولا مو فيك، فيك ولا مو فيك، لانه لو مو فيك وغلط بالشارت حقه خلاص يقدرون يخشون عليه على طول.
Appreciate the first time request for an ad though. You must be an interviewer.
الموقع يعيش ضد ديفا اللي هو الشارت حقه، بمجرد ما يجي ديفا ضدك يحط عليك الفول ماتريكس تقدر تطلع بشارج تخفف الدمج عليك، خلينا نقول انك تروح ترجع لتيمك. فصراحه كانت مهمه جدا صعبه على حميدي، واعتقد انه قدر انه يتقنها بالشكل المطلوب. بس عبد الله ترى انتهى الجيم فايت واحد، يعني نتكلم تنافس مره قريب.
ايوه يعني شوف انا ابغى ارجع لك على نقطه انه انت كنت قاعد تقول انه اللي واضح انك قاعد تطبل لزياد. والله فعليا صالح هذا ما كان تطبيل، هذا كان يعني سرد حقائق اللي احنا كنا قاعدين نشوفه ما شاء الله من اللاعب. يا عمي زياد قدم لنا لقطه نادره جدا. زياد قدر يكنسل التيان.
Yeah, not sure quite what happened there, but we're back into it now. Gonna be going over onto Sanctuary. This is the one where I expected maybe an Alari or something from TM. Well, looks like they might just go Kiriko.
اللاعب زياد وفر لنا هي في بطولة ESL التحدي السعودي، وهذا شيء يعني ايضا
How can I gonna try the sim here as well?
هم اللي ورونا السيناريوهات النادرة
Okay.
حاليا دخلنا على الراوند.
So expect TM here to play in two distinct groups, with Simple and Psycho playing as a two-man duo on these side fights. The other three members of Twisted Minds playing as a core. So expecting very much a 3-2 formation a lot of the time. Alcadfo expects a bit more of just a 5-person formation, maybe a 4-1 when they TP Ziad aggressively. Ziad's trying to pocket Kellex through now as they try and rotate. TM now starting to branch out a little bit, spread out around the map. Alcad trying to keep their eyes on the flank. They're worried about it. Bit of a stomp towards point, but actually KSA gets chunked massively there. On the back foot a little bit now, and they're actually going to try and play the side fight here, Alcad. Oh, KSA, sliver of HP, they're hunting him down. They get the kill. And actually, it was just a TP out of spawn, so Checkmate is going to be challenging on the flank. But again, in theory, it should be pretty even, right? We're going to see both Tracer Kirikos playing as a bit of a duo, and then we're just going to get the 3-person matchup in main, Juno Freyers and the respective tanks. Checkmate starting early on the left here. It's a big open map for Malga. It's really easy for him to just get angled and cut down. Very difficult for him to close the gap and play aggressively. You can see some of the trouble KSA is dealing with here. Just so much damage as he walks towards point. He's had to pop the cardiac overdrive. And Ziad is just bullying him a little bit here. We'll be able to heal up a bit of that. But KSA still on the back foot. He tries to stomp just to live. Actually, he tries to hit the Freya. I mean, it was a reasonable attempt, but you can just see how hard KSA's life is here in all of this. Quartz finds a trade, but still a difficult situation. Kellex is 1 HP. If they find that one, they might be right back in it. But they can't. Psycho is quite far out. Surprised KSA hasn't just swapped onto the Diva here. It's so difficult on this map. But they're gonna continue. But significant ult advantage for Landon in the form of a Kitsune Rush. Now, next time KSA goes to point, they can just drop that Kitsune Rush. Landon's gonna do just that. Pressure on. Quartz is 1 HP, taking the duel. Kellex is gonna win that one. Stomp from KSA to try and live. Just managed to live. But it's essentially a one fight, even if it's not... Even if they didn't get the targets they're actually trying to Kitsune Rush. Still one fight, pushing forward a little bit. KSA continues, only 48% to case. He's not got to play the game yet, KSA. And now Qadsiah just feels like a huge comp advantage right now. They see all of Twisted Minds coming right-hand side from their POV now. Fly through, torpedoes out, Astro force back a little bit. Counter stomp from KSA doesn't connect. Now the Ray comes out from Astro so they can keep walking forward. Ziad has the self-destruct to drop into this one though. Can they kill the baby? Stomp is avoided by Ziad. Tries to get back into mech, denied by KSA. A break finally for Twisted Minds into this. KSA is going to have to get on point to get this touch going. Trying to turn onto the Freya, can finish that kill as well. And okay, Twisted Minds now have a bit of a foothold in this. Did they just say Mayday? Mayday? Mayday. Kitsune Rush advantage for Simple here. A chance to just take this brawl pretty head-on, but always difficult into these Diva compositions. Support op's quite disengageable. For now, though, it's going to be Kiri Tracer on the flanks, battling it away. Lubda gets hit early with that peek and immediately has to DP. Kellex is about to have a Ray advantage to meet this Kitsune Rush foe, but Psycho finds the kill on the flank. And now Qadsiah have to just back it up now. False start on the fight. Free capture progress for Twisted Minds. He always say something else. I just want to hear it because KSA's in. Alright, moving back, setting up a fight again. Still that Ray over Kitsune Rush advantage for Alcad. They can win the head-to-head fight as Ziad's going to try and get onto point. Now the Ray comes through. Simple's not going to mirror it just yet. KSA's playing for the disengage, actually. Goes for the stomp in it. Gets a bit onto Lander, but not enough. Now the cage comes through, and Lubda is trapped in this one. Pulse bomb onto Ziad is good, and the bowler in the cage is good. Both DPS ults do so much damage, and it's just an execution in there. Well played by Twisted Minds. He saw KSA. He didn't want to cage immediately when the Ray was coming. He wanted to try and let the Ray move away. So then by the time KSA drops the cage, the Ray is already moved. They did have to use 4 for that though, Twisted Mind. So not a straightforward fight now. They're trying to hold forward. Remember, they can't actually afford to lose the point here. Have to find a way to try and win this fight or make it long and messy. Alcad, they just need to walk forward. They can use the Kitsune Rush in their frontline trade. Bowler out and initially from Lubda finds nothing. KSA force a D-peek behind the point. Looking for that Kitsune Rush timing now is Landon. Here it comes, onto point now. KSA has to take a bit of a back step. He's going to try and disengage. They can afford to give the flip here, but they need to touch very shortly afterwards. Astro now has the Ray, but he's 1 HP. He might have to Ray a little bit earlier than he really wants to here, just to help him get to point. He's going to drop it now. KSA takes over the touch from Psycho as well. Now Ray is moving towards point. Pulse bomb is a miss from Checkmate and all of that. They're trying to just kite this Ray right now. The flipper's gone back. Oh, they can't get a touch! Mismanaged there from Alcad. You saw the idea. They wanted to do what TM did to them. They just kite it out. And they just don't get the touch afterwards. Psycho, fist bumps all round. And Alcad, they mismanaged the touch. Can we get a YouTube replay on that? Who's responsible? Alright, this is the fight before. Did they think it was going to go overtime? Because it's not 90. If it's 90, if this is 99, you get overtime no matter what, right? I think that's how it works. But because it's 98%, it's technically, is it like, I forget what the numbers are, but it's like 1.5% or something technically. Should it be 90? As in, it should be 97 plus. They should be fine. It's 3 seconds, which is, yeah, that's 2%, right? 97.5. Yeah, then they should be good for it on 98 then. It depends if it's a flip from the other team. It's only, oh, it's only if you contest. Because they're not actually, they're fully off a point now, right? Ziad's off, Checkmate's off. Yeah, they're both on our screen right now. They're both completely off. Yeah, you're right, that's what it is. No one contests at any point during this. So it's been well over 3 seconds now when no one's been on point. So yeah, they've just mismanaged it. Yeah, because Ziad goes, yeah, they've just mismanaged it. Yeah, disaster. It's time to sub in Aubameyang. Aubameyang touches on there. Aubameyang touches, man. Alright, I'm going to steal a little bit more food. So I'll play the ad that everyone was asking for as well. But I'll try and get through some of my dinner. But tight, but a 2-0 for TM ultimately. There's that entire super video about it. I think I've not seen the video, but I've seen of the video. That makes sense.
بكل تأكيد فريق تويستد مايندز قدموا أداء مرة ممتاز بأمانة. يعني فريق القادسية كان المفروض انهم يفوزوا في الفايت اللي فات، بس فريق تويستد مايندز هم اتوقع انهم كانوا عارفين انه هم كانوا حيخسروا هذا الفايت، فلعبوها على عامل الذكاء وبصراحة استغلوها بطريقة وبفكرة جدا 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 ممتازة. يعني سووا C9 مستغرب ينزل على فريق القادسية.
A classic dinner.
بس كان
meat, potato and veg.
مرة رائعة.
It's like some spicy pork, mashed potato and peas.
طبيعي يعني احنا قاعدين نتكلم حتى يعني فريق القادسية من حقهم انهم يتوتروا، وحتى فريق تويستد مايندز من حقهم يتوتروا. ترى للمعلومية ترى فريق القادسية
So British, right? Yeah.
احنا ما خسرنا سلمات ابدا.
That's a mountain of mash. It's a lot. It's a lot. But
صراحة مين؟ صراحة ماني متذكر والله، اظن زياد، ما خاب ظني زياد.
قال ما خسرنا.
But honestly,
ماني متاكد هو
even
ولا
above
لا، ولكن
chips,
فريق
but
القادسية
mashed potato
قالوا ترى
is
ما
the best
خسرنا
form that
ولا
potato can
سنة.
come in.
والله تصريح جريء صراحه من
انا ايش بقول لك، تصريح مرعب.
أيوة.
يعني قالوا انه الموضوع عندنا ويعني وازهلوها.
I could only eat potato in one form. It'd be
يعني
mash for sure.
انه ما يخسروا ولا سكريم، والماب الاول يعني يروح بسي 9. يعني السي 9 ترى يوجع اكثر من الخساره، السي 9 يوجع اكثر من الخساره. فيعني بقول لك انه السي 9 يعني يعتبر ضربه موجعه لنفسيه فريق القادسيه، ولكن بكل تاكيد لسه يعني احنا قاعدين نتكلم يا جماعه الخير عن ماتش يعني هذا الماتش الاول من بين السبع.
Gotta keep them on rotate. Yeah, but if, you know, a hypothetical, I can only eat one for the rest of my life. That's what I'm going for.
يعني ماب واحد سقط ما هي مشكله، ماب ثاني سقط برضو ما هي مشكله، الماب الثالث اذا سقط هذه مشكله، فاهمني؟ ولكن متجهين على ماب كينجز رو كماب ثاني من اختيار.
باندات ذكيه من فريق او باند ذكي من فريق توستد، حتى من القادسيه. شوف
وضح لي.
انا قاعد اقول ان لما تبند جنجي هنا
You go wedges. Roast potatoes isn't a bad shout.
تسحب فريق قادسيه انه
I mean, potato is
خلينا
just
نقول انه
the
بما انهم
best.
بندوا جنجي يعني يوبي ما راح يدخل، هذا الشيء اللي احنا عارفينه. عفوا بما انهم توستد هم اللي بندين جنجي، بما انهم بندوا شو اسمه جنجي، يعني انه يوبي ما راح يدخل اساسا من الاساس، لانهم بيكملون مع سايكو. طيب انت لما تكمل مع سايكو وش الخيارات اللي راح تكون عندك قدام تشيك ميت؟ تتكلم عن تريسر، انت عندك خيار تقدر انك تداكشه، عندك خيار
You guys can't hit my fan, right? I don't think so. If you want to talk,
ممكن نشوف انكم فرح بشكل كبير، ليش لا؟ بس تبي صدق انا قاعد افكر فيها بمخي شوي.
good. All right. The noise Nvidia broadcast is doing its job.
يكون غلط لانه ممكن يوبي دخل. صح، ممكن يوبي دخل، انه عادي انا اساسا العب انا اساسا لو كنت بلعب سم عادي اني ابند جنجي، ليش لا؟ لكن لا والله شوفنا سايكم كمل.
Was it sorry? I was locked in reading. I was reading about potatoes in chat. What the bans was it? Genji from TM. Now it's the second ban actually, of course. But it's a Juno ban initially. So once a four Sakiri Lucio here, Alcad. Probably feels reasonable, right? That feels like that's the comp they're happiest with their backline. And then the Genji ban. Doesn't feel that impactful from TM. Surprised they honestly didn't ban the sim.
بس السؤال لو راحوا لك سم الان كيف بتسوي لهم ميرور؟ كيف بتسوي ميرور سم؟ بيلعبون نفس الكومب بيلعبوه ضد فيجن.
هذا حرفيا اللي
حيصير.
I guess it's just like it forces Checkmate to take the Tracer Mirror, which if he does play that hero, which maybe they're more happy with, you know, the Psycho Tracer is better than his Genji type idea, but I don't think it's that impactful from TM really.
الثاني انهم بندوا جون اول قادسيه. بصراحه بالتفاصيل والباندات هم الاحسن صراحه. انا بالنسبه لي اشوف ان اعطي هذا الماب
Eating some flavored pork, mashed potato and peas. I mean, the good thing about these longer breaks is I might eat my whole dinner in one go.
وماب برون السابي من المابات المفضله لهم جدا، والوين ريت في فريق توستد مايندز ترى في مابات كينجز رو وماب برون السابي
That's nice.
عاليه. بالنسبه لي انا كفريق يعني
Yeah, Junk Buck's in America. He lives there, so he's not come out from this tournament. Don't know why exactly, but I imagine for Alcad it's probably quite low down their priority list compared to Saudi League and obviously OWCS. But yeah, Junk Buck lives in America for the most part.
وفعلا اختاروا ماب كينجز رو وداخلين على سيريس حتكون جدا مشالله بين فريق توستد مايندز وايضا فريق القادسيه في ماب كينجز رو.
والله لحد الحين قاعد افكر مخي يحترق والله.
طب
King's Row, I'm not going to finish. Be able to finish my day.
يعني انا قاعد افكر انه ليش توستد سووا كذا، فهمت؟ انا اكيد هم اخبار وكل شيء يعني.
What kind of flavor? I think it's Cajun.
تعرف اللي عندي تساؤل مو بان يعني ردة فعل.
It tastes kind of Cajun at
ليش
least.
سووا كذا؟ لا يعني ليش سووا كذا؟ هذه النظرة يعني ليش سووا كذا؟ الصدق لانك انت لما تبند جنجي بمعنى انك تلعب سم، اساس انك تلعب ضد ما نلعب ضد كوم ماوغا اللي كان تعاني منه امام القادسيه. القادسيه في مره انتصروا ضد فريق توستد، كانوا يلعبون ماوغا جندي كانوا بيحرقون باكلان فريق توستد حرق. انا ما ادري صح ناسي اي بطوله يوم فازوا عليهم بس كانوا يلعبون
Yeah, I believe the Alcad players are mostly in Riyadh, at least for all the lands. I think they're remote little bits, but obviously there's so many competitions like this and the Saudi League as well that they do end up spending a large amount of their time now. All the non-Saudi players at least as well. And then I think Checkmate's just out there.
شيء خاصة مع المحللين معليش انا اساسا احب التحليل اكثر يعني كذا احب احلل المباراة ودي كذا استنتج وش داخل عقل الكباتن او الكوتشات ودي اعرف ليش صار كذا يعني انا يعجبني ان انا اسال هذا السؤال قبل يبدا الجيم وانتم بعد يكون عندكم التساؤل بعقولكم يمكن ان احد يجاوب على هذا التساؤل وممكن احد عنده اجابة ليش لا نتشارك دائما اكيد الفائدة بس ان شاء الله انه يكون يعني خلينا نقول ما يكون باند او باندات تخلي سير شوي يروح يمين يسار احنا اكيد نبي تنافس بكل ماب انا صراحه دائما افضل انه ما يكون في ماب وان سايد يعني الفريق معين لا ابي دائما كل ماب يكون في محط من الاخير ابي يكون في ماب اخذ وعطى اخذ وعطى اخذ وعطى انا صراحه استمتع انا بشوف انا ما يهمني صراحه مين يفوز النهايه كل اللي يفوز راح يستحق اكيد هذا الشيء بس ابي اشوف مستوى قوي بين الطرفين وهذا الشيء اللي يليق بالتحدي السعودي يا عبد الله
بكل تأكيد هذا اللي
Yeah, I'm down to a couple of bites. We're getting through this whole thing.
بين فريق تويستد مايندز وايضا فريق القادسية دخلنا على ماب كينجز رو من اختيار فريق القادسية وايضا يعني انا بصراحة يعني من ناحية الباندات من فريق القادسية شايفين جون كباند اول وايضا جنجي من فريق تويستد مايندز
Perfectly timed. Final bite.
في هذا التيم كومز قاعدين نشوف مبدئيا كيسي حيلعب لنا برام هذا شيء مطمن نوعا ما لكن فريق القادسية ايش ممكن يقدمون يلا زياد العب بول خلاص دن زياد حيلعب هامستر هامند
Alright, locking in.
يختفي التنافس تماما ولا
حيتهشتك في تويتر
Okay, so Juno ban, Genji ban.
زياد
Twitter's Mind starting on a Ram, Tracer, Freya, Kiri, Lucio. Pretty standard version of the composition. Alcad, gonna be Pharos, Sojourn out of spawn. Won't be surprised if we just get the Diva after this from Ziad. Now, what the Ram does do here is I think the Ram is probably the best hero into this Sim Diva comp. The Kiri Lucio have a better time dealing with these solo Diva TPs. The Ram can match up much nicer than a Diva or a Rissa can in stat Sim in the front lines. So I think TM's comp looks a lot more reasonable on this side of it. Starting on the high ground here, KSA doesn't want to have to drop if he doesn't have to, but he has to. And you see as soon as he does that, Ziad is out of there, straight to the high ground right. KSA is going to try and poke and put some pressure on the back line, looking for this Sim. Checkmate's trying to juke, but Astro's on his case as well. They're trying to get some trade kills here. Only one goes through onto Simple, but they can pick him up. Oh, a second kill onto KSA. That's big from Ziad. They need to stagger this baby as long as possible. They need to buy time to get KSA back into this fight. And yeah, they're going to give it a, I assume it was death? Oh wait, hold on, I know what's happened. I know what's happened. Let's get some HC. There we go. Sorry, I missed the tail end of that one. KSA is back in the fight. He gets 2 before going down. Quartz is going to trade up. Now sweeping it up. Just get the health back here, but Psycho on life support. Ziad is keen to chase this one down. The Kappa's already gone through as well, so it will just be a late death. Susie from downtown from Simple doesn't save him, actually. And it's going to be a clean first point at the end. Big help from those trades out of all of it. Now coming forward, all the ults start to come online for Qadsiah. It's going to be double support ult, a Sim to throw into this one as well. Twister's Mind's a little bit slower on a couple of these, but we'll have the ults to match it. And even the Annihilation from KSA can really match this symbol in a lot of ways. A pretty even ult situation. They might just want to wait and start with Overclock here, Qadsiah. Try and force a support ult early, but if Ziad's just dead, they drop a Kitsune Rush to try and save it, but now an Annihilation over it. They have to disengage this Kitsune Rush. It's just an easy fight in the end. A slight misstep from Ziad, and he's just punished before the fight even starts. Landon can't save it with the Kitsune. And works out really well for them. They still had to use 2 for 1, so the ult advantage is still in Qadsiah's favour. It's going to be even beats with a sim wall over the top, even an overclock. So again, Qadsiah Can start with the overclock, can start with a symbol, try and force an earlier beat out of Astro if he needs a second. They go for a full TP rotation here. KSA is going to flip the map, but he has to form early here, and Ziad has isolated Quartz. They weren't ready for this. KSA continues to anchor point. Twisted Minds have the beat if they need it, but Astro doesn't look like he's going to use it at all, actually. He's holding really far back. They're just going to die on point. But look at this discipline from Qadsiah. They don't get suckered in. They know they have a positional advantage. They have the player advantage after killing Quartz. They hold on to all their ultimates. And now they save these ultimates for the cap fight. Really good play. From Twisted Minds, this is a tough situation. They can walk up to point, but the symbol, the beat to match Astros. They really need a bit of magic. They need Quartz to play to carry the fight, or Psycho to find a pulse or something. Because this cap is charging up. They're trying to get a fight at this corner, but here comes the symbol. Ziad trying to get behind KSA, but they disengage it. Full beam onto KSA, but he's got full block. They force him all the way back, and a good kite from TM has brought them a more even ult situation. Now they have the beats, but they lose Quartz again. Player advantage now for Alcad. They have these support ults ready to go soon as well. More pressure on the front line. Lubta's dealt with the Psycho threat as well. And we needed the DPS to carry there for Twisted Minds, but Alcad's come out on top. And they're getting clean it up. And get to hold on to a lot of these ults. Double support ult available from now. Psycho's going to swap over onto the Mei to try and make Ziad's life harder. But there's so much high ground around this third point. I think there's a lot of options for Ziad just to bypass the front part of this fight. Just play over the top of them. Obviously, individually, just match up well against the D.Va, but the high ground is the problem. Checkmate's TP in there to harass already. The Kitsune Rush trade will come through. Beats available for both Lucios. None of them invest in it yet. Checkmate's going to die, actually. Astro falls. There is a beat advantage time for Alcad, but they've lost a player, so I don't know if they want to commit. They're still fighting. Ziad is self-destructing in the back. They're trying to play down Astro, KSA during all of that. KSA is 1 HP, but the ram block goes so long. They do eventually get the kill, but they've lost Ziad during all of this. So Alcad, they might be able to scrap it out, but the respawns are going to be too strong for Twisted Minds. Lubta keeps wanting to swing, but is eventually forced back. Ziad is back now, so now it's TM's turn to be careful. Well, wait for it. And now Overclock immediately takes down Quartz. Now the beat push in. They need to find kills, but Mechanics matches the beat in control, and Lubta still has the tail end of this Overclock. Checkmate dies again, though, and KSA anchors point. They're trying to go past and ignore KSA a little bit, but they can't find these kills. TM are always good for a trade. Now they slow it down. They stabilize once more, TM. And they've got some ults in the back pocket now. Blizzard, Annihilation. And they're going to push him back to this corner. Now Qadsiah have all the ults ready. They want to be aggressive though. A Sim TP to flip to the high ground. Limta doesn't make it though. But Boop is good from Kellex. They do trade it for Quartz. 4v4. They're going to invest. Landon drops a Kitsune Rush. They want to take the 4v4. Annihilation response from KSA. They have the Blizzard if they still need it, but an important pick from Simple means they might be able to save it. Landon is, Simple deep behind here. Will be forced back. Regroup with his team. Another reset. Kellex goes off the map. 1-for-1 ult trade. TM still in a reasonable position. Checkmate's going to push with the symbol. But the Blizzard, the Kitsune Rush can make this very difficult for Alcad. Might still have to play to trade. They're going to TP towards the high ground again. They're starting every fight like this. Angle on KSA. He has to pop a form so defensive. The symbol to keep pushing for Ramatra now. Suzu comes through to try and save KSA and a Kitsune Rush. Maywall is avoided by everyone. KSA is still low, so low. Walking forward. The Sim Beam is there, trying to kill it. KSA has another form timing. Another Poke Bomb in the back. This time Ziad finds nothing. KSA still pushing forward, trying to find it, but the Sim TPs, they're juking KSA out. Alcad, they've got a player advantage now. Another Sim TP to put Ziad onto the back line. Simple wants to toe up to that one, but there's an overclock in the front. Lubta finds one, but he's getting pushed right now. The trade is good from KSA. He's going to anchor point as well. KSA doing so much to buy time for his respawns right now. Finds the trade, pocket up, trying to get the shield off as well. KSA is so low, he will die, but he got that trade beforehand. Astro has the beat now for this next fight. Could really do with more players back. Psycho is coming back on the venture to stall it out to try and buy time for KSA. There's a Kitsune Rush on point for Landon, but KSA has Annihilation soon. This beat has to buy him so much time. Psycho dives in for a trade onto the Sim. Can't find it. They all turn on Psycho. Lubta executes that one. Beat over the top. They need KSA to take over anchoring point, but he's half HP already. KSA needs all the help in the world to get to this Annihilation. He can't do it. He's surrounded. Alcad are going to be good for the full cap. 32 seconds to spare. Good attack from Alcad.
صراحة مستوى رهيب من الطرفين يعني بعيد عن
KSA was getting through a lot of the work on the RAM, but you can see the idea. The number of times they were just trying to go past KSA. And they got a lot of fights, TM, because KSA is never really dislodged from point at any point. Because he's just an immovable RAM. But they're able to get past and find those kills. Yes, this is Grand Final for those asking as well.
أنا بالنسبة لي غير إن هي شخصية قوية هو قوي بالشخصية يعني هو أفضلية فوق الأفضلية.
And alright. Reasonable enough from Alcad. Full cap, time to spare. They'll get another attack no matter what now, Alcad. Over to TM. Best of 7 for these grand finals. It says only 3 at the top, but I think that's wrong. Wikipedia said best of 7, so I'm pretty sure there was 7 on the pre-game graphic as well, so I think the pre-game graphic was correct and this one is slightly wrong. Just need an extra diamond next to everyone's name. Yeah. Quartz and Psycho, KSA all chatting now. 10 seconds left. Gonna start on the Diva Sim again here. Psycho's gonna go for a TP out of spawn. Interested to see what Psycho plays afterwards if he just keeps playing the Tracer. It's a pretty difficult point for Tracer, honestly, on this first attack. Could just play the Mei as well. Could always keep the Sim too. Having a little bit of a look, and yeah, the Sims walked out of spawn. They're just going to take the Sim mirror here, but in theory now, normally when we see a Sim mirror, we saw it in the previous series, but it was a Diva mirror, so it became more brawly. Now if it becomes more brawly, they just have massive advantage here, TM, in the front line with Ramacha. They've got KSA on the high ground already, zoning a bit of point. He's going to drop down, drop his shield to try and force the objective. Ziad's going to match, but they're going to lose this fight over time. A TP to flip. They know they need to play more aggressively. Lubta's going for it, but can't connect the rail after that TP. KSA is very isolated on points, so they TP back to deal with KSA. KSA needs all the help in the world, but he's separated. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but tank advantage. And the TP rotations from Alcad exposing KSA. And still a dogfight, though. They're trying to clean it up. Ziad comes into this room, but there's a lot of turrets there as well. Pressure onto Psycho. The pocket is good. Psycho's HP is only going up. He lives everything. And Psycho's going to beam everything. Great pocket from Simple. And TM will get themselves onto this point. Don't know if there's a recontest really either with how like some of the cap went through. So if it will just be first point here. And Alcad are going to have to play for the choke. Ziad straight over onto the Ram mirror as well. And now it's just going to be a big old brawl. Push, pull, TP flips. Ult value is going to be crucial here. Quartz has an early bowler, and slightly quicker support ults for TM, mainly in the form of that beat than anything else. So once they have Astro's beat up as well, and there is a window, I don't know how aware of it they should be, but as long as Astro's ult check is good, might realise he's got that healing and damage gap on Kellex. Holding out the choke for now. Suzu's been forced out. Kitsune rush out as well. They TP disengage here. TP still available for Landa to get out of that. They try and get the ult for free. They push forward, but now TM needs to be careful because Kitsune rush is coming right back. They try and kite the other way. The push, the pull. Astro has the beat. That Kellex doesn't have it yet, but Psycho dies as they come back in. Astro was holding the beat. Doesn't get a chance to use it. And now they might just fully disengage. No, they're going to beat push. 4v5. The boot from Kellex gets so much value, though. They're trying to hunt down these sim players. Wall is invested by Checkmate. Oh, the beat repush completely cucked by that boop, actually. And because Kellex, behind on the beat charge, does now get to it. And now it's Qadsiah's chance to be the aggressive team. They're going to have the beat advantage, the support up advantage. KSA and Psycho have their ults to match this one, though. But they go early with his overclock. There's a TP flip with the overclock. Astro takes 1-2. No chance for Astro to escape. KSA is getting shot in the back as well. He needs to try and find a corner, but the TP overclock so hard to deal with. No Diva to go onto that high ground, but Quartz is able to trade out Checkmate at least. Now the Annihilation coming forward for KSA. They're trying to get back on point. They're backing it up. Kellex still has the beat. But are they just going to be happy with the ult trade here? Maybe. Now if Psycho sim walls, are they going to beat back in? They want to go be up. They're coming around the corner. Symbol in response from Psycho. They've got a lot of ults. Punches going through from Ziad. They want to get the Symmetra, but punches line up perfectly. Too many stacked targets. Great damage for Ziad. The Annihilation's still going. He has to back up regardless. Team are staying in this one, and they have Kitsune Rush, but Lantern has a Tamura. Simple's going to drop his. Lantern drops his a moment later. Punches going through. The Rams are turbocharged, but there's Lubsa who finds the opening pick. More pressure as KSA wants to keep everyone zoned in this room, but he's losing his teammates behind him. They need more. It's just KSA and Astro left. Wait, Psycho's back in the fight now too. Trying to find a late trade, but no, nothing. Trades would have helped for retake. Psycho comes in for one now. but nothing doing, and he's going to have to reset. As the dust settles, Astro has a beat advantage amongst all of this, KSA with an annihilation advantage, but still 40% away. Is the opening for Twisted Minds if they want it. A chance to go before there's any ultimates. They have to be aggressive. Last beat push got neutered quite a lot. Of course, he's trying to poke his way in top. Angle here on Ziad. They force him all the way back. Suzu has been forced. Now the beat push comes in. After that, they force Landers to TP forward to try and save him or move forward, and they just punish him immediately. Clean beat push in there. Alcad won't be completely unhappy with that because they'll get a recontest, and they'll actually have ults for this recontest. Sim wall, B, overclock, all coming back. Maybe even just an immediate sim wall on point to regain all the space. Twisted Minds, they're going to hold forward here, but I think Twisted Minds should really factor in a disengage, honestly. Quartz just have a bowler if he wants to go for an early one here. But needs to be careful. Quartz is low. Annihilation pop by KSA. They want to keep him contained up the choke. They're just going to use it. Overclock comes through, but KSA is just full blocking the entire time. Now a symbol to push KSA. Now he's in big trouble. Ziad is walking back, slow behind him. KSA will back it up. Kitsune Rush comes out on point. Kellex has the beat for Ziad to keep going here if he wants. Beat available from Kellex, but they just bully back KSA. They tried to play for the C9, but couldn't get it. Presence of mind from Kellex to hold on to that beat as well. Realizes KSA is in an unrecoverable position HP-wise. Forces them all the way back. And now Alcad find themselves very good situation. You see the idea from TM just trying to make the touch so hard, but Alcad, they had the ults to get themselves out of it. Really needed that ult trade to turn into a disengaged partway through that. Checkmate needs to be careful. He's slowed up here, but he's got that Sim TP to get him out of trouble. Now beating Annihilation in the back pocket, Alcad can really just hold their ground. Twisted Minds can take a bit of a swing, charge up their ultimates, but really they have to rely on their DPS to get anything here. Quartz is just out the choke, so he's going to get zoned by Ziad now. Lupta shut down Psycho on the flank too. Ziad's going to push forward. You see Lupta going high ground, but Bowler for the trade doesn't find anything. Annihilation in main from Ziad, trying to push everyone forward. Lupta slides forward looking for it, but the disengage seems relatively good actually. Twisted Minds get out all of that, so a bit of an over-investment there from Ziad. Don't get the reset they want. Still have this beat though, and TM are still short of ultimates. They have double support ult swing coming soon, but they need 30% still. TM have to play slowly. They need these ults before they commit. Beat push in. Qadsiah don't want to give them space to play slow. KSA is going to try and disengage. Astro not so fortunate. They have to be careful about staggering here. They're playing Impulse Bomb out, but Lupta finds the kill onto Psycho again. He's also low, but Quartz can't find the kill. Kellex comes to mark him. He backs it up. He's just teed it up for Lupta. Look at that. Classic bait and switch. Attention from one side, kill on the other side. And they have to start going TM. They have no choice. They have to find a touch. They have to invest the ults. The kills came through, so staggered. They're not going to get a chance at this. Alcad will be taking King's Row and tying us up 1-1.
يقول معليش يا اخوان انا لعبت احسن جيم بلاي بحياتي انا والله ما الوم لبدح المستوى اللي قدمه في هذا الماب مستوى جبار 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 اي اوفر كلوك قاعد يطلع.
Alcad's so good. Yeah, really well managed situation. Like how many of those fights were we talking about? All right, TM wants to play slow for ults here, but Alcad aware of the situation. They're pushing aggressively. They're not giving them a chance, right? This is going to be a long series. Yeah, we're tied up 1-1 right now. But whenever these teams meet in Saudi E-League or some such competition, or even OWCS, it has a tendency to require every single map to separate them. So potentially we're in the same situation here again. Of course, Sinclair. I mean, the quality of games demands it, you know? It demands my attention. Demands all of our attentions. Alright, let me go grab another drink. I need infinite water in this heat, but then we can lock straight back into it. Preds are up for the next one. This is going to be TM's map pick as well. Wait, are we going straight back in? No, we just replays. Okay, I have time for water. Be right back.
يتعلمون منها في الباند الجاي بحكم انهم راح يختارون الماب وهم راح يبندونه.
هل فعلا هذه كانت الغلطة ولا لا؟ والله يعني تحليلك كان منطقي جدا، وانا الحين عرفت لما انت خشيت 2 ديب مرة عرفت
كثير وانا اسف ضيعتكم وقتها، ان حتى انا لو مثلا قابل نفسي واقول هالكلام ما راح افهم، بقول ايش تبي انت قاعد تقول؟
ترى انا بامانة عشان اكون صريح معك انا ضيعتك.
ما فهمت، بس انا داخليا
كذا تعرف اللي قاعد اربط الافكار، قاعد احاول اربط ايامهم الماضيه، ليش سووا كذا؟ هل في فكره من هذا الباند؟ هل ممكن عندهم خطه مثلا ما ادري وش ممكن يسوون فريق توستد؟ بس شوف هنا لبدح ما شاء الله يا اخوان، اذكروا ربكم يا اخوان، والله ترى الشيء اللي يسويه ممكن بالمنظر تشوفه شيء سهل، بس والله مو سهل، والله مو سهل والله، ان الشوت حقه انه يجيبه بالشكل الصحيح ضد شخصيات سريعه، وانه كل مره عنده الثقه انه يستخدم الاوفر كلوك ويجيب فيها بيكات، مو باي واحد يسويها.
وبعدين معلومه كمان اخرى يعني المتابعين اكيد يعرفوها بس يمكن ما ركزوا فيها، لما انت تستخدم التليبورت اللي استخدمه يعني اللاعب لبدح، انت لازم تعطي 180 درجه علشان يعني بعد ما تستخدم التي بي
صح إيه؟
تلف الماوس 180 درجه، فبالتالي انت لازم توزنها صح علشان تلقط خصمك. حرفيا هذه الحركه كانت يعني اول شيء هذه الحركه لحالها تاخذ منك وقت، وتاخذ منك مجهود انك انت تعرف فين الهدف اللي انت تبغى تصيبه، وهذا اللي كان فعلا يعني اللاعب لبدح ما شاء الله تبارك الله عليه بمساعده من اللاعب تشيك ميت. يعني كمان لازم نعطي تشيك ميت حقه
إيه
صراحه،
اكيد
انه يعني الكوميونيكيشن كان حقهم مره ممتاز، ومتعودين على هذه الحركات الاسطوريه اللي بصراحه يعني نشوفها بس مو بهذيك الكثره، لانها تتطلب تيم وورك عالي جدا، وهذا اللي نجحوا فيه فريق القادسية. حتى الآن النتيجة 1-1 بين فريق القادسية وأيضا فريق تويستد مايندز. يعني الماب الأول كان ماب بوستان راح لصالح فريق تويستد مايندز بشكل يعني ما أقدر أقول لك يعني كان شكل مرة متقارب بين الفريقين الاثنين، ولكن يمكن فريق القادسية نزل عليهم سيناين ذكي بصراحة من فريق تويستد مايندز. بس الماب الثاني كان ماب كينجز رو
قادسية
مرة بدعوا.
انا قلت ان بياخذون افضليه بفوز بنسبه 90-80%، وفعلا اكتساح، ترى اللي شفناه ترى اكتساح والله، ولو ان تويستد مايند زي ما قلنا انه وقفوهم باقي 30 ثانيه، ولكن ما بالقادم اللي من اختيار فريق تويستد مايند رونا سابي. وهنا جاء باند سم الان، اذا جاء باند سم بمعنى انه خلاص راح يكملون على نفس الروستر، ما راح يصير في تغييرات. باند بريك يعتبر بعد باند نوعا ما حسيت انه ممكن الافضل صراحة، ما ادري. باند بريك يعني انت عندك كيليكس تقدر انك تستغل هذا الشيء، بس ممكن بهذا الباند ممكن يلعبون جون ومثلا كيريكو، ممكن هذه فكرتهم، يلعبون لوسي وكيريكو، شفناها اساسا لعبوها سابقا لوسي وكيريكو اللي هم فريق القادسية في مباراتهم الماضية، لعبوا هذا الكوم كيليكس مع لوسي فممكن يبون يسوون نفس السيناريو، بس حاليا انت ما عندك سم، قاعد تلعب الان بدون سم، قاعد تلعب الان تلعب مع جندي، تلعب مع تريسر. فريا راح تكون موجوده 100%
طبعا اكيد من الطرفين الاثنين.
اي فريا راح تكون موجوده، بس ممكن تكون تاثيرها اضعف. ليش؟
ولا لبدح ممكن يروح سوج؟
هذا هو، انا اتوقع ان لبدح ممكن يروح معنا سوج، يخلي كوارتز يضطر انه يغير. ليش؟ ما في بريك. مشكله بريك ان هي اقوى سبورت مع الشخصيات هذه، زي مثلا فريا، تريسر، جينجي، ارمى لعبات بس.
Sorry, I was enjoying the brief rest bit.
شو اسمه رقبة الجون اللي معي والكيريكو يطالع فوق،
طالع
فوق عطى شو اسمه الباك وخلاص خليه يعيش. بس
where are we at? Runasapi the choice.
صراحة
Sim banned from Twisted Minds with their choice as well now. Makes a lot of sense.
تأثيره قوي على
Potentially just a trace mirror here. More chance as well for KSA to play the Malgan that you like so much here.
فريق تويستد ما توقعتك عبد الله، هل ممكن نشوف نفس سيناريو المباراة الماضية ولا صعب؟ هل الفريقين عندهم كلام آخر أو تويستد عنده أو القاسية عنده كلام آخر؟
Hierarchy blocks. Welcome.
صراحة من جد ما
Alright, so in the balance now.
يعني اوكي انا معك في موضوع افضليه الماب، يعني يمكن تميل اكثر لصالح فريق القادسية، او عفوا لصالح فريق تويستد مايندز، بس والله ما اعرف.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they pull out Yubi, but it seems like they want the flexibility. Obviously, Yubi can play Tracer as well, and he's done well in OWCS in it.
واحد النتيجة، والماب الأول كمان أصلاً مرة كان close بين.
But if they can choose and they can force a Tracer mirror, they'll want Psycho in. Psycho really, we've not seen too much of him, but one of the best Tracers in EMEA. So expect him to lean into it here.
انا اسحب كلامي، انا قلت لك ماب كينجز رو يعني يعتبر باسم فريق.
We'll see if Alcad without the sim option available even start Diva here.
والله فريق القادسية ورونا كيف ادائهم، وغير كذا هذا يثبت لنا.
I definitely expect Malga from TM, so potentially Alcad to start on via Rissa, or obviously Ziad not scared of a Malga mirror either. Okay, so yeah, as expected, is a Juno Kiri initially from TM as well. So I want to try and dominate the side fight here. Looks are going to play Sojin again, it seems. Quartz sticking for Freya. So yeah, I don't know if we expect Ziad to stick this after first fight. KSA's actually going to start Ram, so maybe they... Okay, he was initially on Malga, but maybe he expects for Diva. Might just send in a Ram mirror here as well. Going to be a stronger side fight for Twisted Minds in all of this, so a slower fight favours them, but they can also bully the front line. Lots of positives, but not if Simple dies immediately like that. Checkmate just wins it. They overwhelm the side fight, and Simple just doesn't react. He surely had his cooldown still, but just goes down. Now they swing player advantage. You can see them trying to pounce on this. Form has popped already from KSA, but here comes Lubta. Space to work. 2 kills immediately for him. And they convert that early pick into what looks like a pretty clean fight win. Any trades? One trade was on the baby Diva. Ziad was going to probably jump off the map anyway. I didn't see what ult charge he was at, but they'll gain the first few meters and we'll get another fight at this corner. Eyes on Ziad if he swaps here, but maybe happy to stick for Diva. So what Qadsiah need to try and do is basically Twisted Minds are going to play in 2 groups. A Kiri Tracer group, rather. So Qadsiah need to try and overwhelm that group, or they'll just get pincered and bled out from both sides. KSA is going to pop the form here, actually. Not a huge form value, actually. Ziad's going to disengage that. Now, they need to be careful, Twisted Minds, around this form timing. Have to play slow. You see, Checkmate is actually already in the back. 1 HP gets repelled, though. Has to go for the Mega. They stabilize around Lubta right now. Team are about to have another form timing, which means KSA can walk at Lubta if he can close that distance. But they're focused on Checkmate now. They slow it down, but Checkmate gets the pulse bomb from beyond the grave. Trades that one out. 4v4, KSA again. His form is just being used to live more than anything. He backs up into a corner and drops the wall. He can keep poking back. Pulse bomb is good from Psycho as well, though. Lubta can't slide away from that one in time. And now they've got player advantage, and they have to try and disengage. They're low HP. They have to be... Oh, they could get staggered here. Yeah, Ziad's in big trouble. Doesn't have the self-destruct. They'll be able to deal with this baby, and they deal with Landon going for a trade, and TM can take the lead off this fight. And they'll be threatening for checkpoint. Ult-wise, it is a quicker Kitsune rush for Landon. Obviously, Landon's going to do the bulk of his team's healing, where Twisted Minds are going to share it out a little bit more between Simple and Astro. So while they probably have better support ults for fighting around objective TM, they will charge a little bit slower than Landon's Kitsune rush, all things considered. And TM actually taken a pretty passive approach to this fight. You can see already just deep on the high ground their backline. Ziad's going to fly in and try and get on top of that now. Pressure as they turn on to Ziad. Ziad has the self-destruct to keep going. Landon's TP forward his Kitsune rush. They find Astro, and yeah, Simple has the Kitsune rush, but the response is too late. They're trying to play for trades now. KSA has found one, looking for more, but he's got nothing. He's going to try and play his life, actually. Should be okay getting out here. Psycho also died. I think that's everyone, no one behind or anything for TM. So Kennex can pick up a robot, and they can take it forward now as well. Now they come into this next fight, and it is actually the first wave of ults here, so Kennex should be aware Astro doesn't have the Ray yet, so there's a timing to go really fast for Qadsiah if they want. Kennex has the beat now, this is the timing if they want to go for it, but it looks like they're just playing it quite slow actually. Form has been used, the overclock first, he nails the shot, KSA tries to use the annihilation to stabilize on point, but they all just scatter! KSA stranded, surrounded by Alcad members. And he's in so much trouble. The Annihilation expires. One more form for KSA. He forces for self-destruct at least, but I don't think he's going to get any more out of that. Lubta slides in to finish the kill. And Qadsiah should be able to get should be able to get checkpoint off this. If they're really quick, TM can maybe go for it. But good overclock from Lubta. He's just good for it, isn't he? Really making a case for best Sojin in the world. Continues to deliver every match he plays in. They have the Ray now, TM, but not in time to fight for checkpoint. They're just going to have to take a fight afterwards. Checkmate wins that side fight against Psycho, though, and now he's pushing him more aggressively. You see, Checkmate hits him from the side. Pulse Bomb's good as well. No chance to use any of their ults. And this is going to be a significant lead there. Great play from Checkmate. He should have the disadvantage on these side fights. But what Checkmate's doing is he's coming through unmarked, and Ziad is coming from the front, exploiting the Diva's mobility. And so many times here, we've watched a few fights from KSA's perspective, and KSA is stuck anchoring the point, and everything's just happening over his head. If you can't go through him, go around him. And KSA struggling to find large impact so far on the Ramatra. Now the Kitsune Rush comes through, KSA has to run, but no, there's a Ray in back, so KSA can hold his ground, and it's their turn to disengage, but Psycho's good for the Pulse Bomb, he goes down again. Neither Tracer is missing right now with these pulse bombs. Beat push comes back in from Kellex to try and turn the fight. Full pocket from both supports. Suzu out as well. The backline from TM will live, but now they need to help KSA on point. They start to walk back forward here, and they're too low. Quartz has the high ground, and Alcan just needs to give it up. Ready for that beat push turn, and TM's kite is good. Now they can move the payload back forward. 51 meters down, just under. But they have the support ults to try and snowball this forward. Kitsune rush soon. Bowler already available. Qadsiah might just play to trade here. Ziad's already in behind. KSA goes to respond here. Ziad is 1 HP flying out. Can he get out? He can't. And Qadsiah there. I think they're trying to force something. The bowler comes through. Doesn't quite finish the kill, but without a mech, they can just keep walking forward. But Checkmate's good for the trade again. Slide in from Lubta, looking for more. Shots in the air, going for it, but the supports pocket each other. Landon is still pushing for trades here to stall it out. Going for it. Suzu to push for it. Can't find the final blow, though. Team avoid for trades. They'll pocket everyone up, and now they'll push for their own checkpoint. Annihilation and Kitsune rush for this next fight. Qadsiah can start with overclock here, but really they have to probably disengage unless Lubta finds something early. Checkmate's behind again. Early pressure onto Simple. Forces out Suzu. Simple might have TP away as well. Does TP in as Ziad falls on point. Lubta's got this overclock going, but he can't find anything just yet. But Checkmate chases down Simple. Forces for cooldowns and keep going, but it's all they've got. Kellex and Lubta trying to trade on point. Lubta with another trade. Both supports have died here. They'll get the checkpoint regardless. Lubta even nearly took Quartz with him as well. The trades from Lubta have prevented TM getting real progress here. They'll still have Annihilation when TM collect their respawns, and Psycho will steal the few meters he can before they come back in. We'll hit a pause as well, no DCs. So not sure exactly what the cause of a pause is.
ما تاثر عليه ميد فايت
قدهم الفريقين تراجعوا
وانا عارف اخوان انا دائما البوز دائما لما ينزل الواحد يا خلاص متحمس ابي الجيم يمشي بس
Should keep the cam on Checkmate POV. I mean, he's getting through a lot of work here, Checkmate.
المستوى المطلوب منه ما شاء الله سايكو شو متحمل الجو حاط وحاط.
And yeah, we see it so many times on push, right? Like trades are always a problem if you're trading in one fights in Overwatch, but on push it's particularly punishing. You see there, TM win a good fight with the exchange of ults, but it's not a good fight because of the trades. What's Landon doing? 2 thumbs up? Alright, it's for thumbs up to the admins. Thumbs up makes it seem you got thumbs up from both teams, so it seems like we're about to get back underway.
له فترة طويلة ترى بالدوري السعودي يعني خلاص يعتبر واحد من عيال.
هذا لو يشدها شوية.
Yeah, KSA's got a really good diva. I think like the decision here to keep playing the Ram is more a tactical one than one forced by hero pools or anything like that. They're right back in it though, but again, Ziad and Checkmate are behind. Pressure onto the backline. Surprised we've not had a brig swap or something about from TM as well with all this pressure. Simple and Astro have really had to contract their position, but Checkmate's just good for the pulse bomb again. KSA's popped the annihilation, but Landon's not scared. He's got the Kitsune rush. They're double swinging on KSA as he blocks in the corner, but Simple's killed too. Simple's killed all of it, but they have traded KSA. And Alcad realise with both their frontliners going down, they have to slow it. TM can take this fight if they want. It's kind of just a pretty even duel. Simple on the flank here looking for it, but Landon's got eyes on him. 3v3 and both teams are going to stalemate it out until they get their respawns. Ray soon for Astro for this next push for TM. They're the ones playing from behind. Early dink onto Checkmate forces him back. Slowing it down, looking for their timing. Alcad have no decision really except to try and slow it down until they get this beat. But Quartz in the air going for the bowler. Lubta takes his head off. Big opening pick. The beat now in exchange for this Ray. Simple is on the big flank again, but he has to TP back to the team. As soon as this Ray expires, they're in big trouble. Simple has had his cooldowns forced. He's under so much pressure. The pocket can't come through. The supports die. They get cleaned up. And Alcad will finish that off. And yeah, great opening pick from Lubta.
ويسيطر على الرابط فريق القادسية حاليا معاهم الرابط قدر
They hold on to the lead. Final 2 minutes. Still no swaps coming out from TM. Really wonder if there's a brig swap in there for them someone. But I know it's not really Simple's go-to hero, but I think it would help him so much. KSA's going to come out Get for forward spawn. Tracer player coming round as well, the back. Pressure on the back line. They're just going to slide back as KSA walks forward. More pressure onto him now. Kitsune rush to keep going. They found Landon with all of that. Also on the Sojourn now, worth noting. KSA's outside for form, but he's got the Kitsune rush to play around, so we will be getting that cooldown back quicker. Pocket from both supports. The dive for Trades is coming through. Kellex is all over them. But Simple and Quartz aren't phased. They deal with that threat. They've dealt with the baby. Tradeless fight for TM. And now this is a real chance for him. They have the Annihilation to keep pushing the next point. Can really take that fight on the Kitsune rush if they want. Pulse bombs available for both Tracers. Oh, Brigitte's banned? Yeah, of course. You're right, you're right. That's why they're not swapping. I'm stupid. Kitsune Rush trait comes out from Landon. KSA has the Annihilation to match it. Landon dies as he walks out in his corner with Kitsune Rush actually. Pressure onto Kellex. They're just going to fall over. The Annihilation. They need trades right now. Qadsiah. Ziad is in the back. He's diving for one. Checkmate's able to convert onto Simple. He's going to self-destruct as well. Ziad and Checkmate want more. They come back in. Pulse bomb onto the D.Va to get the D-Mech quickly. They want to hold on to the lead, but the D.Va's been made short work of. Checkmate is still alive behind, but KSA is going to take the lead out of this. And they're going to have to go. We enter the final 30 seconds. TM have the lead. Only a couple of meters in it. Simple is far behind. He's going to TP forward now. They go into regroup. No ults for TM just yet. Qadsiah are going to have the next ult in the form of Kellex's beat. But they are now playing to come back on this one. Qadsiah. TM with a chance to take the lead in the series. For the first time. No, for the second time. Form traded out, nothing out of that. Quartz kills Kellex before he can beat. All of a sudden it's winnable right here and now for TM. They're about to have overclock as well. Checkmate and Ziad, they need to make magic happen. They're actually trying to play slow. They're trying to buy time for Kellex to come back. Kellex has spawned. He is racing to point. Lubda gets the kill onto Psycho instead. No ults available for TM just yet. Kellex is right back. He's on point. Kellex nearly dies again. Runs into the overclock. Beat round the corner. Kellex manages to get it off. Now they swing back. Pressure onto KSA. They need kills out of this, but KSA's got the full block available. They hold their ground now. Astra can raid forward. They've got the Kitsune rush. Both supporters from TM. They want to win it here and now. Quartz is for sure. They keep the overtime going. Kellex and Checkmate diving in for a trade. But Quartz has full pocket. He's got the Kitsune rush. Quartz is good for two more. D-Mech onto point. And TM, it took them most of a map, but they're going to make this comeback and they're going to take the lead in the series. Fist bumps all round, passing it down the line for TM.
فريق توستد ماينز وكيف كانت القلب رائعة جدا لصالح فريق توستد ماينز يا انه كانوا فريق القادسية كانوا عندهم صدارة كانت من ناحية الروبوت كانت عندهم الصدارة في البيكات من ناحية الروبوت من ناحية
Yeah, I saw someone talking about the ram ult being so difficult. Is like, you saw the fights towards the end there. It felt like the most annihilation value that KSA got all map. And it's because all of a sudden, Alcad are forced to try and block the payload more often because they're playing actually on the back foot. When they're playing these earlier fights, when we're before checkpoint, just in like the sort of hill, the slope phase, like where we are right now, it's so easy for Alcad just to spread out. Kite the ult completely, wait till it expires, then come back in and fight, because it doesn't matter if they give a few meters at that point, but as we got towards the tail end and we were every meter matters, in terms of the number of fights Alcad get, all of a sudden, Ziad is forced to touch point a little bit more, and he can't be diving as aggressively with Checkmate. And suddenly that just means the Annihilations all get big value. Torpedoes here, this was a crucial fight as well. Landon getting one shot there. Alright, TM back in the lead, they win their map pick. Fine margins for all of this, right?
اداء مره ممتاز من الفريقين الاثنين والله بصراحه يا صالح انا اتوقع انه احنا حنشوف 7 مابات اليوم يعني النهائي
KSA off our screens right now. Don't know if this means there's a substitution coming or maybe just a bathroom break.
لا يليق به الا فقط 7 مابات انا ما حاضر الا بال7 مابات شوف احنا اصواتنا حتروح ولكن ما همني عادي انا ما عندي مشكله صوتي يروح بس ابغى احضر ال7 مابات كامله ابغى اعلق على ال7 مابات كامله ابغى اشوف اداء فريق لا تناظرني زي كذا لا تناظرني زي كذا
People, Twitch chat trying not to be reactionary when a Sojourn gets a kill. Honestly, two of the best hit scans in the world playing up against each other right now. But it has to be said, 2025 so far, Lubda's had the better year. I have to say, we didn't see a lot of Tracer POV throughout all of this, but Checkmate and Psycho nailed, like, I think it was maybe, like, it took us, like, 4 minutes for someone to miss a pulse bomb, I feel like. Alcad gets to choose the matchup now, and remember, that's for Simban use. That's for Simban used for TM. I don't know, actually, Observer. I'm not sure. Next map. We've not seen next map yet. I don't know. Is the map pool just the same as OWCS circuit? It looks it, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it looks it. So exact same map pool. We've had Push now. We've had King's Row. So I don't know. I feel like neither team wants to go to Dorado or Gibraltar, so we'll just get a circuit royale at some point. Flashpoint. We all know what two teams or what comps these two teams want to play. Give myself my channel points. Is Freya still meta after the hotfix? Yeah, I mean, we're very fresh into the hotfixes, right? Like, Korea played this morning. But Nose will probably likely, maybe they played a warm-up scrim, but it would have just been warm-up and the actual match on the new Freya. So it doesn't feel, I don't think any team's really had time to feel like they have a thorough answer to any of this. Foresight thinks they will go Dorado. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, the one unique thing we have seen from Alcad on Dorado is when they force a Diva Mirror and then play Sim Mei, right? Yeah, got the new drops. Yeah, they never turned them off, Shadow City, so let's leave them on. Get people a bit of a head start on the weekend. The problem is, I think, that, like, in terms of the Sim Mirror, is... Because if TM could choose, right, they'd definitely rather have Yubi in for it, obviously. But the problem is, if TM sub in Yubi, Al could see us see it and have a chance to ban Sim, you know, and just force Yubi onto the Tracer matchup, which isn't bad for TM, but obviously does put a spanner in the works of what TM would prefer to do on the map. Yeah, not UV, UB. Did they? Dorado last 4 times? 2-1 to TM right now. 2-1 to TM. But every map has felt relatively... Could have gone either way. Maybe King's Row was the most one-sided. Yeah, possible. Can also always ban it, right? Because one of the nice things, if you go to a map like Dorado against any of these teams, you don't have to worry about banning Winston, right? You just know they won't play it, so Winston's kind of banned off rip. So if they actually just want to do that and ban Hazard and play Diva Sim Mei, Qadsiah could really do that actually. As I can actually, now you've mentioned it Foresight, I've followed it through, I can see the vision.
ولكن اعزائي المتابعين لازم نتجه مع وجيه في الستيج عنده فعاليه رائعه اتجهوا معنا.
Yeah, no, you've come in for a good game, Shadow City. These are 2 of the top teams in EMEA. They've played each other a lot, both in competitions endemic to Saudi Arabia, as well as OWCS and EMEA. And it's gone like to map 5 or map 7 or however many maps there are. They've needed all of them most of the times. So you're in for a good one. They're gonna have a break now, like a half time.
مين تويستد مايند انت ولا القادسيه؟
We're gonna talk to the fans.
حياك تعال هذا اول
I
واحد.
feel like there was definitely more TM fans in the crowd.
اكيد ولا تويستد بس عشان تجي حياك تعال. يلا بسم الله. تكون عندنا فعاليه بسيطه.
Yeah, so the Saudi challenges it's a separate tournament for Saudi Arabian teams, but the winner of this tournament does go to the last chance qualifier, which is a way to get into the Esports World Cup if you can win the last chance qualifier.
طيب الفكره بتكون كالتالي.
I'll turn it down a touch just while we're on the sort of like halftime talk to the fans. Are they doing a quiz? I hope they're doing a quiz. Oh no, they're doing it. Oh, kick the ball in the bucket. I've used the context clues to solve the problem.
نادي القادسيه توستد مايند خلاص ترى زي ما قلنا الفايز بينهم هو الفايز بالبطوله. يلا روح. اي هي بيد.
Oh, he's gonna throw it.
يا سلام يا سلام شوف الايم.
Ah,
ما استخدم مصطلحات.
bottled it. Remove cam. Hold on.
كانت قريبه اول محاوله ورمنج.
Wait, oh fuck.
يلا الاولى.
Where's the right one? There we go.
الاولى ضاعت توستد يسجل. لا لا ايش دعوه ايش دعوه.
Where's chat? Let me turn off chat for a second. There we go.
يلا روح.
All right. Bucket on screen.
يلا تفضل. يلا هذه المحاولة الثانية. ارمي.
Oh my god. Absolute
يا ساتر.
absolute rim heads, these guys.
يمشي بشويش كذا. روح. يلا هذه
All right. Chance to take the lead here after a double rim.
ركز ركز ركز. التقط انفاسك.
Oh my god. Absolute rim merchants, these two.
يبين لنا موظفين حقين اللي يجيبون الكور.
Come on.
ترى الحين 0-0 يا جماعه ركزوا شدوا الايم. اللي هي عندك 7 رميات سواء لك او لا اللي يسجل اكثر هو الفايز.
All right.
2-2 ضاعت.
Come on. Someone's got to score. Oh, what was that?
الايم.
Actually really upset me. Really upset me, that one.
يلا ركز يا جماعه.
Oh my
يا
god.
جماعه ولا تركيزكم في الجيم حق اوفر
What they found is 2 people in the crowd who have never successfly thrown a ball into the bucket. All right. This is a huge lead. This is a huge lead now. It's only 1, but the standard here has been low. All right. How many? What are we? I don't know what we're playing out of. Oh, the ball. Oh.
بس اخاف افوز عليكم. هذه مصيبه.
They're NBA ready? I don't think they're NBA ready just yet.
الرابع يلا اشكر اللي مركز معنا بالدرس.
All right. Oh, he's on a hot streak. He's found his range. He's on the hot streak. He's our most improved player.
يا ساتر. يلا هذه الرميه الرابعه.
Best to. Hopefully it's not first to 7. We'll be here all day. But best of 7 I can get behind though. 2 lead. Oh my god. Yellow shirt is cooked, isn't he? Oh, he knows it. Like a nervous laugh. Don't laugh, mate. You're 2-0 down.
يلا 2-0 مع انها الظاهر انها حسمت لو تسجل هذه.
Oh, look at him. He's confident now. He's flicking the ball into his hands.
لا لا استعجلت.
Oh. Bit short. He's going for a much lower trajectory. He's really changed the trajectory to this grey shirt guy rather than this. And he's had more success with this one. There's our post. I'm actually more locked in for this than I was the Overwatch. Oh, again, it's the high arc. The high arc is struggling. The lower arc seems to be more successful. All right, ball boy. We need the ball. All right, thank you, ball boy.
2-0 الى الان صح؟ ما عليك السادسه يلا نتونس شوي.
We rushed it. Oh, it's bounced in. He's just got it now. He's just got it. That was so casual as well. All right, this guy hasn't scored yet, right? This guy is actually up for a goose egg. Oh my god. He can't even hit a bucket. Put the bucket on his head. They're showing him where the ball should go.
مبدئيا كيف الاجواء تشوفها من نادي القادسيه؟
والله جميله الحمد لله اجواء جميله وان شاء الله يفوز القادسيه ان شاء الله تكمل عاد الاجواء.
نشوف عندك رد نادي القادسيه.
It's 10k on the yellow shirt guy. You're broke.
ان شاء الله المركز الاول لتويست ان شاء الله.
يا سلام اهم شيء انكم مستمتعين. مستمتعين في البطولة؟
Are they both saying they think Twisted will win?
كل شيء منظم والترتيب جميل.
السلام عليكم، والآن تقدرون ترجعون وتستمتعون داخل هالمباريات. أسئلة بسيطة، كورة، نلعب نستانس.
Alcad, oh, was it a fan of each team? Yellow is TM, grey was Alcad. Well, alright. So does that mean the series is tied up 2-2? Does that count for the map score? No, it's it. Okay, it doesn't look like they're counting that as an official map. Alright, we're going to New Junk City. Let me fix my cam before I forget, so I'm not in the way of the kill feed.
ويعني بصراحة ماب وباندات يعني رائع. يعني أنا قاعد أشوف تريسر.
There we go.
ما ركزت ما قفت. القادسية كان تريسر والديفا كان من تويستد مايندز. يس ديفا.
It should count. Would this be a tennis theory game? The two teams do have a history of getting into a bit of a tennis theory situation with all of this. Obviously, Alcad, this is their pick. Looks like it's a Kiri Lucio Sojin. We'll get the bans in a second. I didn't catch them the first time around. Alright, so Qadsiah's map pick. They have banned Tracer, presumably to try and force the sim. TM have banned Diva now to interrupt the comp, so they're actually going Malga here. So I think they've got the read. I think they were expecting to... They're expecting to get a Malga mirror here, but KSA... I don't know what KSA was expecting, actually. He just likes the Ram. Won't be surprised at all if KSA swaps onto this one here, but the Malga, in theory, has a bit of a nicer matchup into the Ram. TP to swap as well. It's a TP. They're doing the same thing they do with Diva, but with a Malga. They TP in behind, and they come back in, but Psycho has started the Venture. A good hero matchup into the sim here. One of the best ones, really. They do trade it out. So we're back to 4v4, but with tank advantage, Qadsiah, I don't really feel like they can take the fight. Checkmate's going to come back on Genji now. Psycho might honestly just save the Venture here. Really don't think it's that bad. Slowing it down now. Qadsiah going to regroup. No TP shenanigans now, so we're just going to take a pretty straightforward fight. It's going to be a Lucio Genji side fight from him as Ziad looks to come through main. Psycho is lurking though, trying to ambush them on his side fight. Gets back underground. Checkmate's forced to dash backwards. Side fight has been taken. Yeah, Kelix and Checkmate are out of a fight for a while here. Ziad is committed in as well. So there's a 5v3 on point for a moment while Qadsiah tried to get their Lucio Genji back in here. Look at Simple trying to find the dinks. Can but can't find the kill. KSA is going to walk in now. All over Lubda. No chance. They're being pulled in every single direction now. Checkmate and Kelix have come in and they found a kill onto Astro. But they're still contained at the choke. Psycho is back underground as well. Another pause. Yes, look at Psycho point at his screen. I'm about to kill this guy. Why are we pausing?
يبهذل قاعد يبهذلهم قاعد يبهذلهم مستوى رهيب قاعد يقدم فينشر صراحه.
لا والله اختيار فينشر ترى انا اشوفه مثال.
Alright, it seems like it's Lubda that has the problem.
صراحه من اللي قاعد يقدمه سايكو البهذله اللي قاعد يبهذل فيها فريق.
Yeah, he's sending admins going under the desk.
واضح انه سايكو كان اختياره لشخصيه فينشر.
So yeah, Qadsiah pausing all of that.
حتى الان. يعني من اللي احنا شفناه حتى الان يعني البيكات كانت مايله اكثر لصالح فريق تويستد مايندز. فريق القادسية كانوا قاعدين يعانوا.
Thoughts? He is self-promoting here, David. What am I looking at?
في جهازه ولا ايش ما يكون فعلى بال ما يصلحها باذن الله تعالى.
The recipe to success is upcoming tank talent, best Sojin in the world, reliable main support, American Pap one trick, checkmate. You've done well there, actually, David. You've done well there. And you've also, you might have solved Overwatch. Step 1. Always get the best Sojin in the world. Always start with the best Sojin in the world.
بكل تأكيد إنه يعني ما في معالم واضحة حتى الآن لسه في بداية الراوند وفي بداية الجيم يعني فما أقدر أحدد بشكل كامل وبشكل قاطع إيش ممكن يصير معه.
Psycho is really sticking to the scarf. Yeah, he said he was going to wear it at every LAN. It's kind of like, it's his thing now. It's his good luck charm. His lucky omen.
والله جيب لك كيبورد ب 10 ريال 15 ريال والامور طيبه والله خلاص.
لا صدقني نبدا حد اكثر واحد يطبل الكيبورد حقه. اكثر واحد يقول وش قسم بالله والله الكيبورد حقي جامد والله الكيبورد قاعد يفيدني الكيبورد مره قاعد يساعدني لكن
عين ما صلت على النبي هذا.
It's funny, Astro reliable main support for level shot. Yeah, Astro's reliable. I trust Astro in a sticky situation or a dry situation.
نذكر هذا الشيء البوز اللي يصير هو حرصا على ان اللعيبه دائما يطلعون بافضل اداء، والمشاكل التقنيه وارده في جميع البطولات، والمشكله ان اكيد ان اللاعب يبي يلعب بافضل شكل.
Alright, still headset off for Lubda, so it doesn't look like we're going back in anytime soon.
لا بالنهايه اكيد انهم اقدر على فكره ترى يكون في وقت قبل البطوله يجربون الاماكن.
There's a keyboard change?
قبل البطوله بيوم يجيبون
It's a keyboard change! Quick! Alright, Lubda swapping keyboard.
هذه المشاكل ما كانوا منتبهين، لا هذه مشاكل تعرف طلعت يعني فجاه فصل كيبورد عاد شو نسوي له يعني خلاص نروح نجيب له كيبورد ثاني ما بيدي حيله.
Alright, it's not quite an F1 level keyboard swap here. I was hoping it would be a little bit more, you know, like 3.4 second changeover. but we've got him a new keyboard, so we should be getting right back into this.
جايين نشوف المواهب امامنا يلعبون يتنافسون في التحدي السعودي للمره الثانيه خلال سنه، فالله يعطيهم العافيه الصراحه ما يقصرون فاكتبوا لهم.
That speed will get you fired in F1. Yeah, I don't really watch F1, so I just picked a number that I thought sounded right. 3.4. What's the average, or what's the benchmark that you aim for in these pit stops?
الحضور والجماهير وحتى اللي خلف الشاشات اللي يطمحون يكونون في احد هذه الكراسي اللي امامنا الان، ان يكون لاعب امام الحضور امام الستيج. اكيد هذا حلم.
Just over 2 seconds, under 2.5.
اي احد ينكر هذا الشيء.
No way they can do it in a second. 2.6. I mean, 2.6 is also just fucking crazy. Have you ever seen those games they have in arcades sometimes, where it's basically like an F1 pit stop, and they've got like a fake F1 tire, and you can race, you can like do your time trial for how quickly you could do your F1 pit stop.
ما شاء الله تبارك الله الفريقين الاثنين سواء القادسية سواء فريق تويستد مايندز ما شاء الله.
Yeah, no coach for TM.
ادائهم مره ممتاز، وكمان يعني انا نسيت كمان اقول الروتين.
Alright, Lubda, keyboard in, headset on.
ترى نوعدكم بمشيئة الله تعالى اننا احنا نكون محايدين غير متحيزين بمشيئة الله تعالى في التعليق، فباذن الله تعالى انه احنا نكون منصفين وما نميل لاي احد من الافرقه في التعليق. يس بس هذا السيناريو OCD لازم اكرره كل مره نخش في مباراه حساسه شويه. فرجعنا.
Alright, we're straight back into it. So we're off Psycho's POV, so not sure what happened outside there, but on point. Team are cleaning up most of this. Ziad is able to find a trade, actually tries to wait. Psycho loses that duel outside actually to Landon. They do catch Ziad before he can escape though. And these are pretty late deaths, actually. Wait, Landon wants to fight! Landon and Lubda are going to win! They're taking the Kitsune rush! They were back slightly quicker! KSA just felt like... It looked like... I mean, he was playing like he was in control. I thought he was in control. But that Kitsune rush from Landon to clutch for flip. And they're right back onto this. Now holding the choke. Nearly at 5 ults TM. The Ray is the slowest for him. Zia's going to swap onto the Orisa here. But a long way back. Gonna come through the choke now with this initial form timing. Slow onto Lubda, but he's well out of that one. Kitsune rush through, but the disengage is looking good for Qadsiah. Psycho's trying to catch someone. Can't find it. They found Checkmate, actually. Checkmate tried to go right to the outside, but they chase him down. Getting that kill. Lubda has the overclock now back. Underground for Psycho to avoid that one. Annihilation on top. Psycho under a lot of pressure on point as he tries to get the flip. He just gets traded by Lubda, actually, who's stuck down and got that kill. Has a full rail as well, but misses it on Simple, crucially. They need more from Lubda, but beat over top from Kellex, but they've lost Ziad. 3 players only trying to stall this out. Quartz will clean up one on point with the help of Astro's Ray. And they will close it out in the end, TM. Maybe a bit more expensive than they wanted. Landon really wants this trade. He's going to get this trade as well. Won't change the all that much, but he gets one on Astro. Former SSG teammate, of course. First point, the weight of TM. But now it's equalised the ult situation quite a lot there, all those late trades on the point. I'm just going to crank it up a little bit. DPS ults available for Twisted Minds. Checkmate has the Blade as well, but the Kitsune Rush is the most reliable out of all of these. Early pressure onto Quartz forces him down. Blade to chase that one as well. Checkmate all over this. Landon will confirm the kill. Checkmate actually gets 1 HP, finishes Quartz off, and the push is good there. Don't even need for Kitsune Rush. No chance to use their DPS ults. Genji was immediately in Quartz's face. They did find a late trade onto Lubda here. Z Ziad's a little bit separated, has to be careful with his HP. KSA is still threatening here, and Psycho's forced back for Genji. They actually get the first flip out, Qadsiah here. But more pressure coming through from TM. They want to at least try and force an ult out. A tectonic shock is there, but Psycho has to get back underground. Does get underground, but KSA one shot by that Kitsune rush. Not the end of the world for TM, big picture. Bit painful navigate the flip partway through towards the tail end of that fight. But they force out tectonic shock for Kitsune rush is a really reasonable trade, big picture. Now they have both support ults shortly around the corner and Annihilation TM. Big ult bank coming. Now Cad are going to have to rely really just on the Terror Surge. Disruptor shot out early. This will slow TM down for just a little bit. Psycho coming through the flank, but Landon's found an early dink on nothing out of Simple. That means he's not going to be charging his ult for this as well, and it's a quick reset. Psycho has to dash out of there as well, 1 HP. Qadsiah, they want to push, they want the late kill. Ziad is going all the way through. He kills Psycho, he kills all of them. Decisive and clinical from Qadsiah. And now this touch is going to be so hard for Twisted Minds. Yeah, I don't know if they can get. Psycho's gone Pharah. They're thinking about their swaps with the next fight more than anything. They're just going to let point C go through. Where are we going now? Oh wait, they run into someone outside. Big problem for Checkmate. TM getting that one for free. They can keep chasing their sloppy from Checkmate. Caught too far forward for Pharah swap coming through now from Psycho. Playing a slower version, obviously, with the Juno Kiri anyway. The Pharah will complement that a little bit more too. Ziad is holding the high ground, trying to boot Mimba and to boot KSA in, but Simple again. Long shot Landon's good for it again. An opening pick onto his Kiri counterpart. And KSA wants to clutch. Ray Annihilation, but what are they Ray annihilating? Nothing's getting annihilated at all, but Beat's going to help Checkmate out of that one for now. And these two support ults, they do eventually kill Lubta, but they lose Astra on the way. They might trade their way out of this, actually. Kitsune rush from Landon onto the point now. Groups up with Checkmate. Blade still available. KSA is stuck behind here. He is in a 1v3. He's getting put in a corner. Tries to slow his way out of that one, but now he is trapped outside and Ziad finishes that. TM do steal the cap. But a long way back into this. Slowing it down, being forced all the way back. KSA going Zarya now. Kitsune rush advantage for TM to come back in. It just feels this would be complemented a little bit nicer with a Genji or something. Might be difficult. And Lubta with Psycho. And all these just magic picks or these opening picks before the fight, they're all going Qadsiah's way right now. 2 from Landon, 1 from Lubta. Zarya obviously a good matchup into the Orisa. It forces Qadsiah to actually have to play very quickly. If the fights go long, KSA and Psycho will take over with these slower mid-fight heroes. For now, KSA's coming out. Kitsune rush quite early, but Qadsiah are quite far back. Lubta's going to overclock from the other side of the map, and he kind of just keeps everyone at bay. Reasonable enough trades. TM are about to have the barrage. Checkmate has the blade, so eyes on the DPS for this next one as KSA's going to try and cross this difficult space. Has to bubble, can't get across the bridge. They're just keeping him at bay right now. Now Ziad's coming forward. Here comes the blade. They're pushing forward onto the back line. Looking for it. They are all over KSA right now. Kennex is in and the blade over the top as well. Can't find any kills. Defensive bubble just in time. Checkmate can't find the kills. KSA and Simple survive everything. Simple was 1 HP in all of that. KSA has turned 2 and they've got the flip. Huge from KSA. How on earth has he done that? He's full charge as well, so he'll clean this up. And that's for if you can keep the Zarya alive, that's for power. He had to survive the blade. He had to survive everything. But if you keep him up, he will cook. And look at this charge as well. Nearly a grab available. Grav, Raid, Barrage. The ult combos are coming up very soon for TM to finish this. Checkmate's gone Sombra to swap into this too. Lubta in main catches a take aim bolt and will be repelled for now. Psycho, worried about the Sombra, trying to catch anyone ambushing, does have the support. Kitsune rush to force point, Hat comes through onto Psycho now, he's going to push this Sombra out, trying to fight him, but uphill, can't land for shots. They've lost Lubta in main, but now the TP to Checkmate, not enough to save him. They're coming in, this Kitsune rush has just gone nowhere. And TM, they just play their angles. KSA gives a bit of space on point. Psycho's fighting the side. Quartz is on another position. And Qadsiah, they can't quite close the distance on any of these players. Ziad swaps onto the Ram. Much better matchup now. Can play to punish this Zarya in a lot of situations. But the problem for TM, they have the ults. They can use these ults to win fights. And if KSA gets traded, he can just swap onto a Ram Mirror or even the Malga if he wants. TM now with the lead. Remember, this was Qadsiah's map pick as well. Grab available. Hack onto Psycho. Suzu comes through to save him. They back it up. Ram's below him right now. Lots of pressure. They're not committing any ults. They're just bullying him back. He's so low, but Ziad just about blocks around the corner. A raid to keep going, actually, here. Don't know if they're going to find anything out of that. No. Yeah, they managed to disengage for Ray Qadsiah. They get Ziad out of there. I thought they were going to drop another ult for a second there, Twisted Minds, but they don't. They get the flip off that at least, and they still have the grab available. Looking at the choke, but looking for squishier targets here. The grab is good. It catches Landon. Suzu comes out, but Landon dies. Kellex is in there as well. Takes a big rocket from Psycho. He's low HP, and KSA is cleaning everything else out. Lupta goes for the trade. The bubble prevents it. They do get Psycho, but not a super high value trade, and a pretty efficient fight there for TM. Just for grab at the end. Landon's going to go over onto the Juno now. So with Juno, Lucio, Qadsiah coming up to a scary bank of ultimates. Have the overclock to start the fight, the beat for anything they run into trouble with. But the barrage for Bowler, difficult to beat a lot of these ults. Coming through, EMP, not EMP, sorry, just for Virus connecting. Checkmate's going to kill Psycho immediately, so Simple's drop is considering us, but Boom just died on it. Astro's going to get some trades. If they keep KSA up, he can take over. He is so high charged right now. Kellex has gone down with this as well. They can't afford to lose this fight. They don't get a chance to use their ults. EMP and Beat won't be coming through. Lupta with a late trade, but he has to do so much more. He's got Pocket right now. Torpedoes catch him just in time. Beat back from Kellex. Qadsiah aren't done yet. Coming back through. KSA's 1 HP on point. The beat is going to be the turn. Lupta kept it alive for long enough, and Kellex comes back with the beat just as they need it. Ziad is back on ball. It's not what we normally see from Qadsiah, but it's keeping them in it. Torpedoes and Checkmate will finish off that Sombra too. Quartz is there just to, I don't think Quartz will stay this. I think he was just there to get back quickly. Crazy torpedo pocket coming through there from Landon just to keep him alive. And then that gives Kellex the time to get the beat off. Ziad has gone back to spawn to swap to the Ram as well. Nearly a grab for KSA, but there's an EMP timing for Checkmate first. He's cloaked up now. He's not going to find it on this cycle. He's going to have to cloak up and go again. Into the sky as they try and get Angle and Zarya. Lup's just going to get pressure back. Quartz is actually stuck for Sombra for what it's worth. Coming back through. Oh, sorry, Psycho has rather. But the EMP is just good. Nails those 2 targets. They die immediately, and the Ray from Astro gets nothing. Hoping for a trade if they can, but no trade is going to be coming. They want to stagger these players out if they can, but they're resetting off the map. KSA is so close to grab, so he kind of has to keep, honestly. They're going to have to play for this grab, but Landon has for Ray. Qadsiah have scrapped the way back into this one. Viruses will be traded. Psycho and Checkmate both reset. And they just don't go for the point here, Twisted Minds. Yeah? When those 2 Sombras ran into each other, I think that was the touch, so it was just over. Alright, going all the way on New Junk City over to point D now to decide it. Grab available for KSA. Grab matches up really nicely into the Ray because it can stop them playing in the Ray because they're fixed to the grab spot. So KSA can actually go second with the grab here, or just as he casts it. But Astro dies, actually the grab is huge. The Ray comes out to keep them all alive. The Ray does enough, wait no! 2 for 2 trades, 3v3, but Simple will die shortly afterwards. Player advantage and most importantly tank advantage for Qadsiah. They clean up on point as well. KSA will be taking the Ram Mirror as we expect. And they win the crucial first fight. Huge grab from KSA, but it's not enough. Now, coming back, Ram v Ram, Juno Lucio versus Juno Kiri. So again, TM wider and slower should favour them. They should be able to dominate the side, but it is a Sombra, so it's not quite the same as with a Tracer. It's going to be a lot more about the ults here. Psycho has EMP advantage, but already an Annihilation available for Ziad. Lupta has the overclock as he slides onto the high ground, pops it now, looking for something damage onto Funny Astro, but no kill. Simple pockets him through. They have the Kitsune Rush to turn the corner. Annihilation comes through, Kitsune Rush smashes it, but Lupta pushes forward, he kills Quartz. There's the EMP over the top from Psycho. It hits everyone, but where are the kills? Ziad's just blocking all of it. He's held his ground. Ziad's Annihilation buys him all the time. Now Checkmate has EMP. Could just be Kurgens here if they get late kills. There goes KSA. They don't even need the EMP. Checkmate's pushing forward. Late stagger kills can be brutal here. They have to be so careful. Astro's just going to reset off the map, taking no chances. But look at them come. They want everything. They're going to get it as well. Quartz takes them down, and now it is a desperate touch, and Qadsiah have turned this New Junk City on its head. KSA has gone Malga. They're pushing into an EMP though. How on earth can TM survive this? Simple's got Anna. Quartz has gone Sojin. Desperation. First touch comes out from Psycho, but he's immediately eliminated. KSA, he has a stomp. He gets back on point, but he dies as he goes for it. EMP to finish the job on Astro. And Qadsiah have tied us up again. You can't separate these 2 teams. You just can't.
وقدروا بحركة جدا جدا مثالية انهم يتعاملون مع كوم زاريا اللي كان متعب في بوينتين. بس العبرة بالخواتيم.
Yeah, the fourth point was the big one.
هذا الماب صراحة كان
Didn't get the recontest they wanted. The Sombra swap didn't seem to go their way at all. It was only for the last sort of point and a half, but didn't go their way at all there.
تعاملوا بالاساسيات بشكل مثالي. لاندن اعطيه صراحة كريدت على البوينت الأخيرة. الأوربت اللي نزل هذيك فيها جراءة. هذيك هو اللي سبب انك انت ترجع تيمك للسيريز.
Yeah, I mean that whatever. The point E, the penultimate point we saw. That was the big swing when it felt like. Team also ended up in a bit of an awkward situation. They were probably on Zarya longer than they wanted to be after the Ram swap came out from Ziad. But the Gravs should just be a winner fight type of ult. Obviously, I know it didn't turn out to be on that last grab for Raiders too much healing.
في إدارة الألتيات كانت عندهم شوية أخطاء ولكن لحقوا عليها قبل ما تهجم معاهم فريق القادسية على فريق توستد مايند. يعني هذه بعض اللقطات وبعض المقتطفات اللي كنا قاعدين نشوفها.
Did Psycho swap off Barrage? I missed that. Let's travel back in time for a second while we're between games.
قرب من كيسي راح يفرق.
Before this one, right? Or was that all the way even before this? Sorry, all the way back, all the way back.
القادسية او على تويستد مايند من القادسية وتشيك ميد لا زال محتفظ معنا بالايم. اتوقع
حق التج
راح
لا
الحمد لله.
Yes, here he swaps off it, doesn't he?
ولكن شوف
This is the fight that felt killer, but also it's EMP, right?
مو مستعجل ترى. مو مستعجل عند EMP اكيد
راح يفرق معنا. Cloaks up again.
اكيد لاعب زي تشيك ما راح يفك EMP بشكل
Virus on, but then that means Psycho's revealed himself. A huge EMP. Ray's out from Astro, but they're trying to stay in it.
رهيب الإمبي جابوا فيها بيك على فنياسفر جابوا فيها بيك على
so hard. So hard. There's like a sweet spot here. If you EMP while the Ray has already been up for like a while, it's actually really hard for the EMP to win that fight a lot of the times. But if you EMP just as it's being cast or just after it's being cast, it's just that initial bit where everyone's not quite in it yet. Yeah, maybe just like a Ray barrage or a grab barrage would have just been an easier thing to get off, honestly. Like, just walk up, tank the EMP, have Simple just play super far, then TP in Suzu the barrage or something, or Suzu someone. Maybe that would have just been easier the whole way around. Yeah, and then this one they just don't get the touch. The deaths end up too late. And then it's his next grab fight as well versus the Ray. After all this. No, I know it's not after it. I've gone past it.
ما اتوقع انها حتكون كافيه انها تحد من خطر الجراب الخاص باللاعب KSA. هذا الجراب نزل قدر يطيح فيه.
Yeah, I think it's just the ordering here, because what happens is, because you grab here, they're stuck in here, right? But what that means is Landon, if you look at Landon's Ray in a second, Landon casts the Ray just in front of him, so it's going to move through here, so therefore the healing to everyone in the grav is for a really long period of time. But if it happened the other way round, right? So let's say, if we just go back 5 seconds before any of this. Can I get an overhead POV, please? Maybe, okay, right. Just pretend nothing's on screen, right? But let's say Landon drops the Ray, and they start walking forward and grouping in the Ray. If KSA doesn't grabs once they Ray, KSA can grab them like here, right? And then very quickly the Ray has moved away, or like the healing ring has moved away from them. So then all of a sudden, suddenly they can't get value out of their Ray, they're not getting healed, all the kills are just there for Twisted Minds. Obviously it doesn't help that Lubda just gets in his pick immediately, you know, like a classic 1-2 punch from Lubda and checkmate, Sombra hacking to the kill. But I think starting with the grab just gives Landon an opportunity to clutch with Ray. If you grab after the Ray comes out, I think it's more consistent. But also, Astro got one shot, so I can see why he rushes it. But I just think it's really hard to win if you do that.
أضافوا على العداق فريق القادسية 3 بيكات والبيك الرابع بمساعدة من زياد.
لاندن ذكي لأنه لو تلاحظون يا اخوان
Where are we? Circuit Royale for the next map, Ilari ban and Farah ban as we look at it.
والله رد عليه خلاه 10 ريسك عالي.
And then this next fight should still be pretty reasonable ults all the way around, but is it just a Lubta classic? Wait, it doesn't quite kill Astro. But then he keeps pushing, like top of our screen right now, he keeps pushing Quartz. Annihilation ultimate. And EMP from Psycho, it's too late again, right? And then they just sort of get staggered out and never get like another proper fight again. Alright, let me... Oh, wait. I'm gonna go back, actually, and look at the bans. What was it? Because it was Circuit Royale, and was it... So it's Twisted Minds... Twisted Minds map choice. They're gonna ban Farah. And then Ilari ban on the other side from Alcacy, who've actually played quite a lot of Ilari. But Ilari's available for both teams here, really. You know, like, Simple can play it. Both teams could do, like, the Juno Ilari type thing. You be in? You be in. They're gonna play Sim then, surely.
بكل تأكيد أعزائي المتابعين احنا داخلين على هذه السيريز الطويلة الرائعة جدا اللي مقدمين لها.
Am I gonna stream my team in OOL later? Probably not. What time is the game? Because this series feels like it's going all the way. Plus I gotta get up for Korea tomorrow. So if it's not super tight, it's probably not possible. Is there a bracket for this? Yeah, I can link you the Wikipedia. The tournament's happened over quite a long period of time. Simple on Zen, really possible, right? Like a Juno Zen type thing. Of course I get to see this after I make a predict. Would it? Where did you go? You went 1, you went TM. I think your prediction's good. We be casting EMEA tomorrow. Yeah, this weekend is my last weekend for a little bit, but I'm here for all regions this weekend. All regions. For some new main support for Genji. Do you mean Zox? He's more of a flex support by trade. But it's like best of a tough situation for them. So they're trying to lean into more double flex, but you know, what's the expression? When it rains, it pours. I think there's a couple of teams in EMEA right now who are in when it rains, it pours situation. Oh no, this is someone else. Their main support is Gara. Oh, is this just for Saudi E-League then? Only for Cell? Okay. Yeah, I've seen Gara in a couple of tournaments before. Saw him in a Saudi E-League that me and Chris did the desk for ages ago. But I don't know. He was fine. No particularly strong memories either way. Probably just middle of a pack. Saudi E-League main support, really. Don't think it moves the margin much from either. What happened to Crispy? No official statement from Genji or any information, honestly. I mean, it's one of the things I feel like... Because if the teams have the choice, right? And this isn't about Genji specifically. I think all teams would do this. But when the teams aren't sort of forced to explain what's going on or what's happening behind the scenes, you know, with all of this stuff, you know, I'd make the same decision as a coach, right? Fuck it. I'll just make my own decisions. We'll decide our own things, and we won't bother explaining it or telling it to anyone. You know, it's all an internal decision. So I really think there should be, like, more onus on talking to the coaches in some of these situations. Sort of like, why is this going on? What's happening? Because otherwise it just leads... If you don't have any information, what choice do you have but to speculate? And then you just sort of speculate both ways. Is something wrong internally? Is it a performance thing? Is it something completely out of the game that's completely reasonable or something? No one is owed an explanation? I think they are. Like, do you not think for Genji... Like, the coaches... The point of interviewing coaches is to ask them to explain their decisions, right? Why is this going on? What's happening with this, you know? But, and this isn't really specifically about Genji. Genji is just the most recent example of it, right?
وايضا كمان يعني حتى كمان في عندنا خيار مين.
He's above the law. It's not above the law. This is more just like, this is more, I guess, like a critique of the esports as a whole, of just like, if I use, I mean, I know CS is a much bigger game than us, right? Okay, I understand. But in CS, get coaches interviewed all the time. Every time there's a move or something like this, they explain what's going on, and the coach does a statement or something like this. Whereas it feels like in Overwatch, just nobody ever bothers. Nobody ever bothers on the team side, and then the esports itself never bothered to do the interview as well. I mean, it can't be Manx, because the rosters are locked.
حيبين معنا اكيد في الجيم القادم بمشيئة الله تعالى في ماب سيركت رويال. ماب يعني ما اقدر اقول لك هو يعني ما بشوفه بالنسبه لي من المباريات المفضله، وما اقدر اقول لك انه والله يعني في فريق على فريق عنده افضليه ولا لا. في الاول في الاخير
You got it wrong. It's in 40 minutes, so probably not happening. This game seems, it doesn't look like it's ending anytime soon, right?
شوف صراحة
Yeah, I mean, whoever's telling you that, Manx, is an idiot, I think, unfortunately. It's just not true. The rosters are locked, and they wouldn't. You know? Pass the bullet along for me. It's just... Had it earlier today when people were telling me what had happened with the Violet transfer, and I was like, just not true. Just people making wild assumptions with no evidence. Alright, let's go light on. It's getting dark.
تحتاج لاعب آخر يدخل يبدل يصير في تبديلات، وهذا شيء وارد لكثير من اللعيبة، ولكن بنشوف الجيم ممكن يكون جاهز.
Time for you to be the new Yiska. Gonna quit my full-time job to go for it. Thank you, Citrus. Yeah, we need a proper journalist. Proper journalist.
السيناريو اللي احنا ممكن نشوفه يعني الفريقين الاثنين.
طيب
مرة متقارب.
شوف بسألك سؤال ثاني. هل تعتقد ان تويستد بيكررون تشكيلة راينسم؟
Yeah, I know, right, Emma. No, he's in America still, Jugbuck.
ترى يعني
I would presume he's on voice, but these conversations are happening with mostly headsets off, so I don't know actually. We're 2-2 score-wise right now.
الحين بيكون في ردة فعل من القادسية، مثلا أكيد الكوتش اسمعوا تويستد مايند بيقابلون، احتمال يقابلونكم بالنهائي، ما بسيركت تحديدا، ترى في احتمال يلعبون سم راين. طيب وش نسوي طيب؟ وش نسوي أول ما نشوف هالتشكيل على طول حول كذا حول.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when I see this in other esports, if a player comes in, you know, like, what's a good example? I mean, maybe simple to phase is not a good example because it's like a big, everything with simple just comes with all the fucking press. But any roster move for any team that's even remotely around the top, there'd be a lot more interviews from places like HLTV or podcasts that would get people on to talk about stuff like this, you know? So it feels like we're a little bit bereft of that in Overwatch in terms of filling this in, you know? Like in reality, you know, do you think of another sport or esport where like a player just goes missing or isn't available or is benched or whatever, and the team isn't asked about it? You think there's a football manager that doesn't have to explain his roster decisions all the time? That's where I come in.
فريق القاسية وفريق تويستد كلهم قاعدين يستعدون يتجهزون، والتأخير هذا اللي صار أساسا يشبك المواسم.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I can do more of it as well. This wasn't like this wasn't really targeted at anyone, but I also just feel like the reason CS has such good coverage for it is it because it's not just one person doing it, right? And even if HLTV do the bulk of it, HLTV are not a person, they are an organization. Yeah, I mean, I admit as well, I can hold my hands up here, I've definitely been slacking this year, 100%. I think, like, we'll be off for a couple of weeks with the wedding, honeymoon, I'll come back refreshed, and then we'll go hard here. Yeah, you be in as well, if anyone wants to fact that in. But I just wish there was more, right? There was more.
حرقت 10 فوش بقى يعني ما راح تقدر تعوض. اوكي فيرست 3 اوكي ممكن اقول انه
extra doubt. No, you're right. Doubt me. Hold me accountable, Sai.
ولكن فيرست 4 الرجعه مو سهله ابدا مو سهله، في استنزاف طاقه ولازم تحط ببالك.
Grow up, Toishi. Played a quick play game. You could have done your placements in this. Yeah, I think some of it should be on the broadcast, right? Because I don't think this is niche stuff, right? Like, just... Hey, Krusty, why are you playing these comps? Why are you doing this? That was in the previous series, DD. That was in the Alcad versus Vision 1. But either way, we're actually going to play some Overwatch here. So Twisted Minds have banned for Pharah. Obviously, Pharah's an annoying hero to play into if you play Sim. But also what it does is it protects the Sim ban, which Alcad definitely would have exploited when they saw Yubi come into the roster. So, all makes a lot of sense. In terms of Twisted Minds' approach here, Qadsiah are going to ban the Alari instead, try and force a slightly different version of the matchup, but Simple's going to go a different direction with the double flex. He's going to be playing the Ana instead. So an Ana Juno here means that, in theory, the ability to trade for front lines should just go TM's favour through the Ana cooldowns here. The sleep, the nade to interrupt the form should be quite tricky for Ziad in a lot of these situations. But I don't know what more quality there is. It's on full quality. Okay. Alright, sorry. Looking back in, Ziad's taken an initial chunk from this. Obviously, that's the other advantage. The Sim can bully the Ram more than the double hit scan can. But they just have to keep everyone alive. Yubi's put more pressure onto Ziad. Back, the nade is huge from Simple. Absolutely huge. Catches everyone, and all of a sudden, blink of an eye, the entire Qadsiah squad crumble. Great nade from Simple. And that's some of the X factor you get when playing a Korean flex support. There's swaps already from Qadsiah, Tracer and D.Va coming out, so this is designed to take Simple out of the game. Twisted Mind's now going to have to play a little bit more contracted. If anything, Yubi's marking this left-hand side for now, but he can also play to pocket his backline here, because we know what Checkmate and Ziad are going to do. I think it was a sleep early onto Ziad now. He's already half HP. They're doubling down, going for the swing, clearing some turrets. Twisted Minds take their backstep. They're trying to deal with this Tracer behind, I think. Yeah, they've conceded quite a bit of space here. They don't get the kill. Bola comes out now, does get Simple. Really hard for the Ana to dodge that. You saw Yubi throw down the Sim TP to try and help him out, but it's not enough. And now, this is where TM needs to be clever with the TP. Because this rotation is going to be so difficult as Checkmate gets a late one in spawn. Going to be so difficult now, because every time TM try and walk up this slope or rotate, Checkmate and Ziad, they're going to go hell for leather to get a trade. Or put some pressure on. So TM needs to find a TP rotation. Checkmate's hiding in the corner. They don't see him. They don't see him. Pressure onto Yubi, but he can't find the one clip. Checkmate's going to go deeper behind. They use this as an opportunity to TP rotate. Bit of space now, but Checkmate is still behind him. Nano comes through onto Yubi. Simple is traded by Lubta. They walk forward in the raid. They're finding more kills, but they're getting traded from behind. Checkmate good for another one. Kennex is going to rally to live here as there's a TP to chase him. KSA with the Annihilation. Another TP comes out, and Kennex is deleted by that. Annihilating Ram in his face, but Checkmate. Lubta, they're looking for more trades. Yubi with one final TP away, but Checkmate is there. KSA still trading it out, and now the respawns are coming through. 3v3 as it stands, but KSA can just bully this D.Va. Checkmate wants to go again, but they just lost Landon from across the map. Ziad just has to concede all the space now. They need Landon back desperately, and TM, they have all the ults to finish this. Assemble to force objective with a Ram. Qadsiah need a bit of magic from their DPS to get themselves through this retake. Ziad can touch point, but he's going to lose that mech quickly. Here is the symbol going up, turrets as well. Sliding with that Bola onto the shield from Simple now, though. Now, full rain for Quartz into all of this. Ziad doesn't quite have the bomb yet, will die, paused out of mech. Checkmate finds one trade, and Lubta finds another, but they need even more, and they need to keep touching point. Lubta's trying to take it over, but it can't be done. Landon finds a kill, actually, but KSA, the last man remaining. 9 players die, but KSA holds strong on point, forces in the cap for TM. Skin of their teeth. Skin of their teeth. Simple certainly having a pretty hard time staying alive in a lot of these situations. But KSA continues to anchor point. They convert the ult advantage. Snowball once they get an opportunity is good for TM. Okay, now swaps again. Qadsiah onto the Genji here. Early pressure onto the coast to force KSA back. They want to try, and that's sort of one cycle. Actually, Kennex has taken a few liberties here, swinging onto that Ram. KSA tries to reply, but now they're going high ground above him. So yeah, trying to dive onto him, and Checkmate, they kill Yubi. Good dive. That gives space for Lubta to swing onto this high ground now. Late bolt onto Quartz finishes him off, and now they can establish a forward hold Qadsiah.
وكيف انه فرقوا معنا بالفايت.
They have the Annihilation to swing this corner, but if you look at this big open space just in front of Lubta right now, that's for space that KSA has to try and cross. Another opportunity for TM to utilize his TP. There it is right in front of him. It's a fake though, they're just walking up. Yeah, KSA's just walked it. He's walked onto Landon, they were so focused on the TP. The callers are good again from Yubi. The Tactician gets it done, but he does get traded. Oh, the opening play was so good. They bamboozle him at the choke. But Qadsiah, the Diva Genji duo, just get the trades again. A chance to stabilize now off the back of this. TM have to slow it down. A minute off their attack already. And now Qadsiah will stabilize. Ray and Rally in the back pocket for this next fight as well. TM aren't too far off their double support ults. Can even start it earlier with Annihilation. It's actually a Ray coming through first. KSA has the Annihilation to hold his ground. Will be holding his ground. Wants to try and keep him out of the Ray. Does keep him out of the Ray. The slow is good. Sets up a bowler as well for Quartz. Now they keep going. Rally comes out from Kellex, but KSA just holds his ground. The Bash can't kill him. They've killed the players behind. KSA just body checks everyone. Lubta goes for the trade. Does get it onto Quartz, but still a clear advantage. A Rally and a Ray to finish the job from TM. This is their opportunity right now. Ziad is coming back on Ram. There it is. Dash onto the high ground. Simple still has this Bash available though. They're going for it. Looks for the Bash finish. He's already dead. Now the Ray comes over top from Astro as well. They just need the kills. Ziad is trapped on point. He's taken so much. Ray damage coming through. Simple to finish the job as well. They still can't kill Ziad. Where are the kills for TM? Sim coming back from Yubi just in the nick of the time. Here we go. Extra bit of damage to get it over the line, and TM will close out Circuit Royale. Well, close out the attack with a minute 53 left on the clock.
فريق تويستد بدقيقتين كاملة قدروا انهم يوصلون الكار لآخر نقطة.
And this is the consistency of TM's comp right now. Is that WoW, Checkmate, and Ziad playing these Diva versions are forced to play very aggressively. They need to kill backline. While they go to kill backline, there's just an opportunity for TM to park KSA on point, keep moving that payload forward. And because they keep moving that payload forward, eventually they're just making progress every fight. And any fight they win, it ends up being a cap off it. You know, on second point, they only had to win like one proper fight. Even on third point, it was really only one proper fight. Everything else was really scrappy. Yeah, no official coach for TM. They're sharing it between all the players right now. I think Psycho and Yubi are really doing a lot of the heavy lifting bit with Astro as well.
الفائز فيه حيفصلوا بينه وبين المركز الأول وبين الجائزة الكبرى مجرد ما بواحد.
Okay. TM now gonna use Simple's flexibility as well. Gonna start Zen Juno here. Obviously, Zen is Simple's hero. Very much one of a few players who has been able to make Zen work kind of consistently over the last 6 months or so. A good map for it, of course, slow and pokey, but we know how aggressive Qadsiah like to play. So as soon as they see the Zen, I wouldn't be surprised if Ziad actually just goes Diva. He's on the Mauga for now. But might just hit the Diva swap when he sees this. Looks like he's walking out, actually. TP Flip, actually. They get the 2v1 on Quartz from Quartz, and Lubta was not expecting that. Simple was in deep, trying to get full pocketed through this Genji pressure. He's dealing with Checkmate now. Deals with him. They do find a trade in the front line. 2 trades, actually. That's enough for Qadsiah. Significant spawn advantage here. So they move forward onto point. They actually get another kill as well. Quartz was even looking for another one. So they get their back line out of it, but they have to concede space, and now the swaps come through from Qadsiah. Diva and Tracer, they want to target Simple. Simple now has to play deeper positions. It's tricky for a Juno to pocket the Zen through this aggression if Ziad and Checkmate can connect. Thank you, Sugar Stalker, for the prime. Welcome. Swinging through now. Lubta looking for his opportunity. Spots for Zen on the outside. Lots of damage onto Simple. Full pocket from Astro keeps him alive. Tracer pressure as well, but the recall's been forced. KSA has kept control of the choke as Simple continues to take these really aggressive and risky positions. KSA will keep anchoring here, but Simple is the key target here. He's down to half HP, more pressure on as Lubta swings around the corner, but Simple's moving forward. He's getting ever closer to that Transcendence, but Ziad now has a space behind. Simple was stuck between a rock and a hard place. Now the bowler comes through. The Sim TP away, though. Doesn't stop him dying. They lose Simple. They lose Yubi. And this is the fragility of the comp from TM. They were able to survive a couple of hits, but Qadsiah, they kept on coming. And Checkmate now looking for this late kill. Can't convert it, actually. Astro's got enough hands to hold his own. Simple will keep the Zen he has for Transcendence. Checkmates and Ziad trying to hold close, though. First point's gone free during all of this, but they want to hit the snowball here, Qadsiah. Checkmate still on the left-hand side as they come out. TP to flip out, a bit more control of the map now for Twisted Minds. Plenty of ults to work with, and Quartz with an early pick onto Landon. Checkmate goes for a pulse behind, just trade UB. 4v4, but with no Landon, they're pretty limited for healing here, Qadsiah. They're going to take what meters they can. The onus is actually a little bit more on TM to walk forwards here with both supports. They're worried about trades or their ults getting forced. They slow it down, they kill Ziad through front now. And they should get this. Come on. There we go. They should get this Freya. Right? There we go, Quartz. Gets it over the line. He was staggering him on purpose, I'm sure of it. Now they're going to try and catch. Actually, oh, bit of trouble right now. Yeah, Kellex is going to dilate as well. And now more time off the clock for TM. They can even walk towards spawn here. All 5 ults available for Twisted Minds. Holding literally the spawn doors right now, KSA. Above them. Trying to pressure and pepper this Juno. TP flip comes through, so now KSA's out of position, but Quartz gets a kill immediately as they come through the choke. Simple's not scared, and KSA keeps these supports contained, not just contained, in the respawn queue. Checkmate is looking for a trade or something, tries to get onto the Juno in the backline here, but Astro acts for high ground. They do force the Transcendence. I think he wanted to... not in time to save UB, though. So Simple's going to reposition back to the high ground. He is floating around, of course, as he's all perked up. They can stabilize back on this high ground, but a Transcendence for not a lot, really, in the end. Now the Annihilation have a choke. Ray on the top, they're body blocking it. Ray to match from Astro. Can they get to KSA in time? Looks like they can. Bomb has been forced. Ziad will not be getting back in mech. The Annihilation for Symbol is a heavy-handed response from TM, using 3 in response to that Ray. But all the ults have been burnt, really, in all of that. Kellex is on Mercy now, putting all their eggs in the Lubda basket to try and save the day. Alright. I wasn't expecting that swap. A Sim TP back from UB just to maintain position. KSA is still spawn holding right now, but now a damage boosted Freya. Full pocket taken on KSA. He's trying to hold his ground. UB and Astro walk forward. They've demaxed Ziad during all of this, so Ziad's going to swap in spawn to get his mech back. Checkmate has gone Widow and killed UB. Don't think anyone was expecting that. Now Lubda with a bit of space as well as this Mercy pocket. They can just turn on this ram. They need to get KSA. You don't live here, KSA. This isn't your spawn. The Simple is still finding trades. Checkmate with a second one. 2 Widow kills for Checkmate as they try and break out of spawn. Quartz is just doubling down, but this has wasted a lot of time off Qadsiah's clock. And they actually trade Kellex as well. More frustration for Qadsiah. Only 2 minutes left on their second attack now. They nearly have the Valk, so I guess they're sticking the Mercy. Lubda will pick up Kellex from spawn. Gonna fly up with the bowler now, looking for it, goes for the bowler, doesn't quite hit him. Simple doesn't have the Transcendence yet. They're gonna try and poke KSA out of the front first. They try and focus down Ziad, who's half HP already. Gets back to his team. More pressure onto KSA right now. An aggressive swing right now. Can look to find the opening. They're hard pocketing him. There's a Valk available as well. Ziad flies in. Lots of pressure. Gets back. Valk has been popped now. They turned their attention onto KSA. Simple is awfully close. He has the Transcendence in the back pocket. But Valk hasn't found anything. Trying to get in position. Checkmate, but shut down. UB and Simple combined for that one. Ziad can't even get close. Kellex was threatening for res, but he just can't get it. And really, Lubda's not had the impact you'd be hoping when you put all your eggs into the Freya basket. Full reset back to spawn, and yeah, Simple's going coast. They're holding spawn again. KSA is going to set up shop. Really trying to move in. Kellex is going to go Lucio now. They've got Ray ready to go, but Astro can match it. Transcendence in the back pocket Symbol. Twisted Minds, map to lose at this point. Simple's got this Discord on Ziad early, so Ziad is having such a hard time moving around. He's going to have to bomb already. Backs it up. He'll kill the Sim TP, but not a lot more. Pulse Bomb is good from Checkmate. They found it, and KSA is completely separated up top, but he does have the Annihilation. Yeah, Lander's going to make the call. They choose to ignore him. They push forward and kill the others instead. It's a good call. KSA is stranded behind. They can actually stagger out KSA a little bit here, honestly. Where's KSA right now? Yeah, look at him. He's only died now. This is going to be a bit of an awkward snowball, or awkward retake for TM because of that. They do have all 5 ultimates, though. All 5 ults for TM. And a Sim TP, so they can get KSA back in time. Sim TP and Simwall at the choke, but here's an early one. Lander's going to drop for Ray aggressively. They want to kill him off point, but KSA, he's just pushed through. He's killed the people on point. Landon has to completely disengage, and the ult bank is just overwhelming. They've not even used the support ops yet, TM. Saving those for a rainy day. There's the Ray. TM convincing on this Circuit Royale defense. This bumps all round. Yubi more than good for his one. Yeah, Yubi standing up immediately, which implies he's going right back out as well. Yeah, I was a bit confused, right? Because I thought the choice from Qadsiah in that last fight was very much, we're going to go aggressively, we're going to use this Ray really early, we're going to fight them in spawn and try and one-shot them. Let me go to the YouTube stream so we get a bit of a live action replay on that. Is this a replay or is this... Okay, no, this is actually it. Yeah, so they get a bit of space, and they're TPing back. Then if you look at Landon's Ray... See, I think the plan is to go here with the Ray, right? Fight super early, surprise him, because you can't just win a fight on point, right? Because they got too many ults. So you go really early. You go really early, and you just try and one-shot someone or something. But I guess maybe they just get all the ults off. Can't see exactly what happens, right? Like, Simwall goes down. No one's particularly low on Twisted Minds from this initial bit. KSA's just going to walk forward to point. Yeah, they don't... I mean, they kind of need to kill someone immediately. But it's so hard. The symbol kind of just protects him from everything. And yeah.
And then
KSA walks forward. Yeah, we don't get the greatest angle of it. Yeah, like, see, because this symbol, like, it's hard to see, but the Ray, I think, it's like going this way, I think. So very quickly, it's just like the wall blocks all of it if they end up on this side of it. So my interpretation from the limit, you can see like they're all on this side of the wall, right? But I think the Ray is now like moving this way. So then now all of a sudden the TM players take no damage from this Ray. I presume the bowler is blocked in all of this as well because I feel like the bowler gets a lot of damage. Because they don't even pop a support ult, right? Like it's hard anyway for TM, or sorry, for Alcad, because they can just pop Transcendence and all live or something, right? But yeah, then they just ignore him and walk past. They go take the fight to point where the kills are. Connects has no chance, really. I mean, it's such a difficult ult situation. And really, this is just a reward for how successful all of Twisted Mind spawn camps were, right? Qadsiah were having to use ults to get out of spawn. They were going Mercy, they were going Widow. And the best they could do was like a super scrappy fight. Why did he not just pulse for... You mean this fight? He doesn't have it, does he? Or are we talking about a different fight? He did right before, he just wasted it. Oh, here? Okay. You sure? No, he used it to kill Yubi. Yeah, no, yeah. No, it was like quite a bit before just to like win the fight, so it's not too bad, yeah. Alright. So TM win their map pick. Psycho is coming back in. Not yet, Kelsey, mate. Normally have to wait for the Australians to wake up for that one. Or the Kiwis as well, sorry. Someone from those godforsaken islands. Is this the final? Asked Alex on YouTube chat. Yes, it is, yeah. This is the grand final, best of 7. Cheers, Kels. No, Junkbuck's still in America. So I don't know, I presume Junkbuck is still on voice with them and stuff, still able to talk to the team between maps and stuff. But yeah, I can understand it. Like I've not spoken to Junkbuck or anything, but my presumption is, like as someone who's had to do a Junkbuck-esque style thing, where you live on one continent and then work in another continent, and you have to fly back and forth a lot, is really fucking draining. So I think wouldn't fly more than necessary in this tournament, probably on the lower end. He lives in America. He's American Korean, but I think he lives mostly in America, if I'm not mistaken.
ما شاء الله هذا وحش يعني بأي هيت كان ولكن أنا أقصد إنه لاحظوا إن فريق مو قادرين يأكلون فريق تويستد.
So Qadsiah for the next map.
كان مرة
Freya ban from Qadsiah.
سيطر على الجو بشكل جدا كبير.
Trying to force a Soja mirror. TM gonna ban the Kiriko. Explains he's good English. Yeah. Yeah, he just come to Saudi a lot. Like I watched, was it the second Saudi Elite that happened most recently? And there was a grand finals between Qadsiah and Twisted Minds, as is becoming tradition in the region. And Junkbuck was there for that one, you know, behind the team and stuff. So he was here very recently, or he was in Riyadh very recently for that. So I can understand why he doesn't want to just like ping pong across the ocean all the time, because it's draining.
إنه في فريق يتعمد إنه بالبداية يلعب كوم معين يبي يخلي ضده يسوي ردة فعل بعدين هو يرجع يقلب.
I'm currently at a wedding. Was the Vision Alq worth watching? No red eyes. Enjoy the wedding, mate. Have a drink. The Circuit Royale was, but that was probably about it.
أصنف ماب كل أكثر ماب فيه تكتيكات وأشياء كذا تفاصيل بسيطة راح تفرق بشكل كبير. اختيارك لمكان الفايت بس.
Alright, what were the bans? Sorry, we're going to Qadsiah. Was it a Freya ban from Alcadri and was it Kiriko from TM? Does my memory function? Yeah, so yeah, obviously Alcad's map pick. They banned Freya first. Also protect DPS. Alright, course walking off, presuming we're in some kind of toilet break situation. What am I looking at, Candle?
هو اساسا فايت واحد تفوزه بالبدايه بعدين خلاص وصل البريدج على طول. يعني تقريبا انت تفوز الفايت الاول على ما يرجعون الا هم خلاص مسوين اساسا مسوين سيت اب بالبريدج خلاص راح يطلقون عليك من بعيد انت راح تسوي راح تخلي التانك هو اللي بالحاله يمشي الروبوت.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be for Saudi Elite. Where else would it be? Next week, Sugar Stalker, next week. So this is the last weekend for a while.
كيف توصل قلبها في ماب رونا سابي في اخر 9 دقائق 9 دقائق ونص قاسيهم الليد اخر 30 ثانيه قلبوها توستد. اي عادي انك تتوقع.
This is to replace what was his name?
ما اعرف بصراحه ما اعرف.
Brightside was it?
صعبه
مره صعبه.
يعني احنا
guys, he literally can't play in this stage. I know this says the words here, but I'm gonna need everyone to try and use some critical thinking skills. The rosters are locked. He's not playing in OWCS.
يعني فترة رائعة جدا كانت في تحدي ESL السعودي.
Stage 3 pre-ordered. I mean, he might be technically on the roster, right? But might be technically on the roster, you know, just as like an emergency sub. But I would be astounded if he is going to be their starting support player for Stage 3. Astounded. I'd put money on it. Get in my DMs if you want to make a money-based bet right now. That Gara will be the starting support player for Genji in Stage 3. I will take that bet. What are the odds? Just straight up. Even money. Even money. No? Nobody wants the bet? You want to bet? So just to be clear, Shiraga, your bet is that Gara will be the starting main support, or the starting support, any support is fine. Starting support player for Genji in Stage 3. Right? You're willing to say that's your bet, and my bet is just that he won't be. Yeah, I know, and I will win. What do you want to do? DM me, Shiraga, and we can... I'll do it. What do you want to do? Like 50 quid? Will you go as high as 50 quid? Get myself a free takeaway out of that. 50 quid. You can get a takeaway for 50 quid. Where are you ordering from, Seven? $100? Yeah, okay. We can bet $100. Yeah. Give me a DM contact or something somewhere. Are you in my Discord, Shiraga? And we can put it somewhere official and pin it. Discord NW2F. Alright, I'll add you, mate. Alright, $100 on the line. I guess, do we need to stipulate at what point does the bet come? Yeah, I guess just the end of stage 3, right? Or if he's not even on the roster. At what point it becomes clear if he's played or not, right? And I'm happy to do a playtime thing, you know? If he just is the support with, or one of the 2 supports with the most playtime. But I'm betting against it. Where am I going? Let's see, add a friend. Haddy wants the action too as well. Alright, I've sent the friend request, mate. Just to be clear, in case I've not entered into a trick agreement, we're talking US dollars as well, right? We're not in some currency where $100 isn't quite the same value, right? Why has he posted me a GIF? Alright, locks in then. $100. Gara won't be the starting support for Gen G stage 3. Alright. Just made myself $100. Bet? The guy says bet. US dollars as well. Just for clarity. Just in case, you know. Just in case. Yep, he says yep. Alright, we're in. Alright, Shiraga. I guess, the problem is, we just have to wait a long time for the payoff of this. Really, don't we? We're gonna have to wait a while. What if he doesn't pay? Well, then we've just lost the respect. He's just lost our respect for the rest of time. I'm crazy if I think Krusty's going to make the right decision. Yeah, there's no way, guys. Like, no disrespect to Gara. I think he's a fine player, but he's not like... Like, what is Genji's goal here? Right? In OWCS. To bloody qualify to some lands, right? Gara is not the player to get them there. I mean, I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. If anything, it's just not going to be true, is it?
ورجعنا لكم اعزائنا المتابعين بعد الفاصل البسيط اللي احنا اخذناه على بال ما نصلح المشاكل اللي كانت موجوده من احد اللاعبين او احد الافرقه اللي كانوا يواجهوها وداخلين على ماب.
In my defense, it's not clear. I promise you they've been trying to get to land.
في المركز الاول او فريق القادسيه يردوننا بالتعادل ونتجه لماب سابع. بصراحة لو اتجهنا لماب سابع حيكون سيناريو.
Wait, David, is that the same tweet you linked us earlier as well?
مو ما كان متوقع بالعكس هو السيناريو المتوقع بصراحة.
It is. I mean, it's a good tweet, Tom. I've liked it already. Haddy wants the same money as same bet as well. Anyone want to bet Haddy? Anyone wants to take the Gara Gambit?
ولكن اكيد حيبين معانا وش الباندات من فريق تويستد مايندز وايضا ايش الباندات اللي من فريق القادسيه وحنقدر بناء على كذا نحلل ظهرت الباندات اتوقع يا صالح ولا
All right. Now I've secured my financial future with $100 bets. It's time to lock back in because Twisted Minds, they're on bloody match point, grand final point, championship point, last chance qualifier. qualification point. And it's a Freya ban, which forces the Sojin mirror. Al Qadsiah, so much confidence in Lubda on the Sojin. They are happy to take this mirror for, well, their lifeline in the tournament. Remember, Al Qadsiah need to win this map. And it's going to be Ramatra versus Diva again. Let me crank the volume a little bit for you. Pressure on the side early on. Both Sojin's going to be farming up rail. Is Juno Brig Ramatra for Twisted Minds here? A comp that's very good at dealing with a Diva, honestly. Bullying this a lot. So Al Qadsiah, they either need to play a similar style as before with the Tracer Diva doing a lot of work, finding these trade kills, or they can just play slow for Lubda and just turn it into that type of fight. But Psycho finds the opening pick. Lubda's dink isn't converted. Quartz responds as Psycho finishes that one off. Ziad's going to get demexed early. Really wouldn't be shocked if we see a ram swap here, honestly. If you remember Varuna sapping, that was a map where it was quite difficult. The longer we got in that map, the more objective focused it got, the harder it got for Ziad to play the Diva. And Al Qadsiah to play their sort of scattered, disengaged style that they like to. And we are going to get swapped as a result from Al Qadsiah. Mauga and Genji. Mauga matchup into Ram, one that teams are quite happy to take if they've got a Mauga player. And Ziad certainly has big enough feet to play Mauga. Swinging round the corner early, just trying to pressure them back. They've gained control of the payload and they're going to move it into this corridor part of the fight. Lubda can't quite find the lineup. Pulse bomb is wide. Lubda with the 180. Psycho 40 had the drop on Lubda. Call an ambulance, but not for Lubda. Great kill from Lubda, and now they can keep the pressure on Al Qadsiah. Quartz is going to slide onto the high ground. Checkmate is too far away to mark that right now, but Ziad is not. He's all up in his face, but he has to reload his giant guns. Quartz is going to try and run, but no escape. A clean sweep for Al Qadsiah. They give 42 meters, but they clean it up off the back of a nice shot from Lubda. Overclock available for Lubda. Quartz is not far behind. Support ults coming up for both teams as well. Land a quicker race, simple quicker rally, so all pretty even, but it's annihilation. Look at the ult charge difference in the tanks. It's Lubda to start with the overclock though, looking for someone to overpeak, but it's just KSA to shoot at now. Simple cops a body shot that gets topped up. Now the overclock in response, but Array to keep going forward. Stomp onto KSA's annihilation. Bash in from Kellex, more damage as they walk forward. Now the bash onto him as well, but they're just tanking all the damage. Now the Ray response from Astro is significantly later. Quartz has found the kill onto Landon, and they make no progress trying to fight quite literally uphill with all of that. KSA, we've seen this happen so often where Twisted Minds, the way they play the ult economy, if the other team wants to go first with ultimates, KSA just plays to counter with the annihilation, hold his ground, absorb multiple ults, and then it allows Twisted Minds, their support players, to get these later ults in a lot of situations. And now Twisted Minds are pushing for the checkpoint. Ziad's going to come through in time, has a bit of an off angle on KSA. KSA's going to walk on the backline though, he's just ignoring Ziad, leaving Ziad in a 1v4, and KSA just walks over Kellex. The blade from Checkers to try and clutch it. He kills Astro immediately. Ziad's got one. They're still trying to scrap it out. Checkmate's half HP, 5 HP. Quartz finishes that one off. Ziad's stolen the payload a little bit, but there's a Tracer on him, there's a Ram on him. Has the cage, but too low to clutch, and this should be checkpoint for TM. Good margin to get that early. Who wrote KSA's hands versus Ziad's feet? Yeah, it's fair. It's true. Psycho's going to be looking to set up early with this pulse bomb on the flank. He's behind him right now. Bit of pressure to Lance. He's half HP, but punches come through. Lantern's just deleted. Tries to catch the Sojin side with that one, but can't. Traded 1 for 1. Look, just trying to shoot the way out of it. No backline for TM all of a sudden. Checkmate dashes through and KSA dies. How could Seer actually crush him in the end here? Ziad's going to die late. Psycho trying to get out of this one. Is there with Quartz too? They need to be careful they don't die late here, actually. Okay, Quartz was taking plenty of care. In hindsight, Quartz was taking plenty of care. And it's Checkmate who ends up feeding a kill over, allowing TM to regroup in the tunnel. Ziad has cage advantage here, but KSA nearly has the annihilation to match it. Ziad's going in. Not dropped, actually. Quartz just on the high ground. He's killed Lubda. He's killed more. Quartz has taken over. High ground shuts him down. No chance to use this cage. They have to die on point. Ziad with such a good... How's he got the trade on KSA there? Great trade out of Ziad. Limits for damage that TM can inflict here, but they're still gaining meters after checkpoint, and it is such a long way back now for Al Qadsiah.
خارج الزون
Playing for their tournament lives here.
100 متر راح تنكسر من فريق تويستد مايند، لكن والله شوت تهديدي من لبنان.
Overclock, Rally, Cage, all available. Ziad has his Cage for a bloody while already. Coming back in, looking for it. TM are just going to play to disengage and meet underneath. You can see Brig holding, Simple was holding close nearly at that Rally. KSA is going to stall the points out underneath. Psycho threatening behind when they stall out. KSA's drops on the backline. There is a Rally here. They're going to be able to mash up with Annihilation Rally. They delete the Cage, actually bash onto Ziad. They keep walking forward. Stomp, bash, everything comes in. Ziad, his giant feet gets it done again. Astro's going to swing in looking for a trade here with Psycho. They just want kills. Lupta shuts down one. They deal with Psycho as well. And they win a pretty big ult exchange there. Rally and Cage for, well, Simple's going to swap, but Rally and Annihilation. Astro's going to have Ray soon, as is Landon. Lupta with the overclock to start. Checkmate with the blade as well. Simple going to the Ana here as well. But in theory, it's good into the Malga, but there's always a chance here for Checkmate or Ziad to just get all over this Ana. Especially with these DPS ults. Checkmate looking for this blade. Pressure onto KSA. Forces for form out already. KSA has to take a back step. Psycho with the pulse bomb trade on the overclock in Sojourn of all things. Great shutdown. They can still play to clutch if they want. Ray comes through. Checkmate drops the blade. The combo is there, but Checkmate needs kills. He's on the back over Quartz. Quartz deals with him as well. Quartz is coming up trumps in the Sojourn battle right now. Landon kills him, but the damage is more than done. Deals with the blade, no problem. Such important kills, and TM's DPS come up trumps. Psycho shuts down one ult. Quartz shuts out the other. And how many times have we talked about it in recent matches where in these big important series, it's Clash of the Titans, certain DPS players just pop off more than the other ones. Then all of a sudden, it's enough to swing it in the team's favour. Psycho and Quartz both come up big there. Simple's back onto the Brig. 3 minutes left for Qadsiah to try and close the distance. Over to the Diva once again for Ziad. And that's part of the reason Simple went over to the Brig. Just matches that one out. KSA with the form timing. Lots of damage, forces them all back, but doesn't find anything. Now there's a turn outside of this form for them to go, but KSA nearly has the Annihilation to turn it. They have to be so careful pushing into the Ramatra here. Ziad's trying to pressure the backline, but Quartz is going to respond. Overclock for Quartz to swing back with it as well. Qadsiah are trying to disengage. They're so low. The Matrix doesn't protect Lupta. Ziad's going to get finished off as well. They're dying on point. Checkmate wants a desperate trade. He's getting bullied around and pushed around. No trades. And TM look like they've got one hand on the trophy right now. 2.5 minutes. 50 plus meter, or nearly 50 meter lead. Ziad doesn't know what hero he wants to play. He's back onto the Amalgam and trying different things. Pulse bomb is out from Psycho. It connects again. Just on Kellex, who was about to have rally. TM foot on the throats right now. Plowing forward. Want more pressure. Want more kills. They have the Annihilation very soon to keep going. Land doesn't quite have the rate. He's awfully low as well. He's on the back foot. They are pinned in spawn right now. Qadsiah. Torpedoes come out. Landon is low again. He gets taken down. The Ray is still going though. They can walk forward. But KSA, he can absorb all of it with the Annihilation. Headshot in the back. Ziad comes running through. Kellex has found value. Nothing for this Annihilation actually. Qadsiah pushed past it and Kellex has found 2. Good push from Qadsiah. They outplayed the Annihilation. They just go past it. But it cost them both support ults. They need to be careful of trades here as well. They need everything to go right from Qadsiah will not go down without a fight. But they need 80 odd meters. 80 odd meters, can't afford a lot of trades. Qadsiah needs to play perfectly from here. No room for error, DPS ults. Last time they were in this situation, Psycho and Quartz just came up trumps. Astro has the Ray for this one as well. If there's a time for a big overclock from Lupta, it's now. He goes for it, can't find the Juno with that. Turns around for the Tracer, can't find that. Quartz kills him as well. Psycho has the blade, 1 minute left on the clock. 4v5, Quartz finds another one. Checkmate's just going to hold. They're going to get another fight out of this. And Ziad does trade Simple for what it's worth. And Checkmate... Checkmate kills Quartz. Another good trade. But again, TM can force the robot all the way back. Force out, get an extra couple of fights out of this. Turn on the forward spawns. Quartz has the overclock as well. They get control of a point. TM are happy to give the space. They can play economically here, Twisted Minds. They have so many fights to work with. Slow disruptor shot and a pulse bomb. Perfect little mini setup there. Psycho takes down Lupta. No chance on that one. They might have to pop ults in the spawn just to stay alive in this series. They're trying to regroup now, Qadsiah, but Landon is low. no. It's falling apart from Kellex is dead. KSA's killed that Zed is 1 HP. 9 seconds they have to touch. They have ults to take a fight, but they're just too low. CM's gone down. It falls apart. Now the Annihilation is born. The overclock. There's no touch coming through. TM are your champions. 4-2 in the end. Hugs all round for TM. A comfortable Qadsiah in the end. Happy with that. Quartz with a hell of a final map on Sojin there. Great little mini play on Lubda as well. TM's DPS come up trumps in his last map for sure. And TM means worst case now, they're at the last chance qualifier no matter what. They'll come out and claim their trophy now. Obviously, they went all the way through the upper bracket before then. There's the fan board, pictures of all the players. They're asking who wants the trophy. Who's taking it? Are they going to all do it together, or is Yubi? Yubi's going to lift first. Here's TVNT as well. Didn't play today. Hands on the trophy. They want Simple to lift it. Are they all going to do it? Struggles here. Come on, guys, hands on. TVNT's hands are too short. They're holding it too far away from TVNT. He's got fingers on. His fingers have connected. Thank God. Everyone finally got their hands on the trophy. Harder for some than other. Unfortunately, TVNT almost caught in a no-hand situation. But TM get to celebrate. They're all going to take turns. TVNT out of respect, giving it to Simple. TVNT saying he doesn't want to lift it because he didn't play. But Yubi insists. Psycho happy with that one. I like that from both of them. Like TVNT saying, no, you know, I didn't earn the trophy, but Yubi insisting as the captain. Good interaction. Hard to argue TM weren't just good for it, right? Across the course of the series, we saw back and forth, but last couple of maps in particular, TM increasing amounts of dominance.
شكرا لكم معلقينا ورجعنا لكم من جديد اعزائنا الحضور ومشاهدينا الكرام بعد نهايه وختام.
Yeah, and we talked about it, right? You know, the word on the street has been that TM have been the best team in scrims lately. And then they come against Qadsiah, who have looked like the most informed team in OWCS EMEA so far. Beat them 4-2. Beat them 4-2. Playing a lot of similar type comps as well. Playing comps that Qadsiah will probably be quite happy to play.
I would like to ask you, how's your feeling after winning this tournament? You are the champion in ESL Challenge.
We feel amazing.
Of course, amazing.
Yes, Cameron. They can obviously go direct to Esports World Cup still through OWCS, but they got last chance qualifier worst off.
Just trusting each other. This is the first time I've been playing with KSA on stage, and he played out of his mind. So I wanna congratulate KSA.
You deserve that, guys. ومثل ما قال ان العمود الفقري KSA انت كنت السبب بعد الله في فوزكم ولكن انا ابي اسالك بالتحديد يعني
This result confirms no coach theory. Fuck. So team have more cope? Of course, mate. Listen, Jan. You won't find out for a while, and I'm sorry for that. But when you find out, Chrissy's cope section is going to go so hard.
فشعور حلو اللي انا الاول العب مع تويستد ان نفوز وانا ما اشوف اني انا اللي
Yeah, Quartz good series for Quartz.
انا اللي نسيت الكلمه لي الفضل لي الفضل اني فزت لان الفريق صراحه كلهم ما قصروا
فعلا انت سويت اللي عليك وهم برضو ابطال معك لان
Hens got worse when they got a coach. Did they?
وكلكم على بعضكم سوا الف مبروك المره الثانيه يوبي طبعا.
What was the order? It was Gumba then Crimzo. What do you mean before all of that?
ما سلمت عليك. هلا الشيء صارت جلسه سلام مو اسئله لكن للامانه الف مبروك انا لكل واحد بمشي من عنده بقول الف مبروك فشعوركم بعد ما تشيلون الكاس وفعلا هذا السؤال سالته لكن تكونون ابطال في بطوله تحدي ESL السعودي.
والله صراحه والله شعور جميل صراحه الله يسعدكم. ان شاء الله ما تكون البطوله الاخيره لنا، بس اول شيء حاب اشكر اداره توستد.
Who did they play this weekend? It's a fair question. I can't remember off the top of my head.
اشكر اللاعبين صراحه ما قصروا، يعني رغم ان بدون كوتش بدون شيء مع ذلك قدرنا نقدم مستوى قوي والحمد لله، وان شاء الله تكمل ننتهي لكاس العالم وستيج 2 نفوز فيه باذن الله.
باذن الله نتمنى لكم توفيق. كواردز معنا ما ودنا نطول عليكم.
Evening cat.
دائما
Genji this weekend
دائما على ادائك. تشوف الجمهور كيف يتكلمون عنك بطريقه ايجابيه.
Finished.
كلمه لكل من يشاهد.
TM1 if you cast your eyes to the screen as a bit of a giveaway.
والله ما يحتاج اشكركم، اشكرتكم كثير مره. يعطيكم الف عافيه جميعا على حضوركم، وان شاء الله البطولات الجايه كلها لنا بعد.
يا سلام عليك فعلا.
What a happy looking man he is.
تحيه برضو تيفنتي، انت اليوم كنت في الدكه، فنبي نسمع ارائك على مستوى فريق توستد اللي شفته. يعني ما شاء الله عليكم، سواء كنت موجود ولا موجود، دائما توستد مايند يعني لا يعرف المركز الاول.
Not yet. I'm going to do it tomorrow before the stream, before the EMEA games.
مستوى اليوم كان كويس مره، والشباب كلهم ما قصروا صراحه.
فعلا ما قصروا، وتمنينا انك داخل المباراه عشان
Where are his hands? It just writes itself at times. It just writes itself, doesn't it?
طفرت الاسئله يا جماعه، طفرت الاسئله. لكن how do you feel after winning this tournament, and if you want to say anything to your fans, to your fans or Twisted Mind lovers?
I love team and شكرا guys. شكرا.
فعلا شكرا لكم جمهورنا.
What does it mean?
ولكن في النهايه وفي الختام الف مبروك
لفريق someone translate?
اصحاب المركز الاول في بطوله
Was it شكرا?
ESL السعودي. وبكذا
It just means thanks? Oh, okay.
خلص دوري معكم كمقدم، كنت معكم اخوكم وجيه، ونشوفكم باذن الله في البطولات
That's
الجايه.
nice.
وخلونا نرجع للديسك مره اخرى.
يعطيك العافيه وجيه، والف الف الف مبروك لتيم تويستد مايند للمره الثانيه بطل ESL سعودي تشالنج في لعبه اوفر واتش 2. نرجع اكيد ونرحب بزملائي، اهلا وسهلا فيكم، وتويستد مايند هو البطل.
يا هلا والله الحمد لله طلعت توقعي صح.
Good games today. Yeah. Maybe Korea wasn't the most exciting of games actually, but this was better. This was a good grand final. We had like a crazy circuit royale in the lower bracket, but the rest wasn't so interesting. But this final, definitely best game of best game of the day.
والله صدق ان الصدق جيم كان مره ممتع. شفنا يعني حتى فريق القادسيه يعني قدم افضل مستويات كان يقدر يقدمها، لكن خلينا نقول توستد كان واضح انه مجهز اكثر. واضح ان الفريق خلينا نقول بدا يتعود على بعض.
We were cheated off one more map though. Yeah, there was a little bit of me. I don't know if I imagine a lot of people do this, right? But do you guys do it as well? Where like I was pretty neutral in this whole thing, you know. I was just excited to see good Overwatch. You know, people I like on both teams. But in that map, that last map at Qadsiah, I was rooting for Qadsiah because I was like, go on, just send it all the way, you know? Just send it all the way, why don't you? But good series either way, even if we didn't get the 7th map.
الفريق يعني هلت بون ما يخاف، فصراحة يوبي دخول يوبي كان فارق.
وهذا كان مطلب.
ايه كان مطلب، الحمد لله دخلوا فاز.
يعني اليوم انت يومك حلو صراحه، طالب وتوقعاتك كلها صح بكل الامور.
Yeah, it feels like the further we went through the series, the better the answer came to Qadsiah's style. I know Junkbuck talked at the beginning of stage 1 a little bit. Maybe it was beginning of stage 2 actually. Talked a little bit about how he wanted Qadsiah to try and play like a larger variety of styles rather than just sort of their kind of first tempo play aggressive type things. But it felt like we just saw like slightly different variations of it. Like still quite aggressive. We saw Checkmate and Ziad making all these moves. And it felt like the further we got through the series, the better TM's answer got to that. You know? Cast your minds to the start of the series. And KSA on Baram really struggling versus Vadiva, right? People were asking, like, why doesn't he just match Vadiva? But they were able to find the adaptations. The Brig swap, I think, certainly helped. Obviously, it was banned on Varuna Sapi, if I remember right. But the Ram sort of came into its own more in the series. They got better and better at dealing with Checkmate and Ziad. And that was where I think it really all started to turn, obviously, swing in TM's favour. How MVP? Some people say, did we see KSA on that, or is that just your guys' personal vote? Yeah, I mean, I think everyone had their moments for it, right? If I had to pick a player, That's a
يعني
good player.
الريال تكلم مبلغ جدا كبير فشكرا ياسر على هذا التحدي الرهيب.
شكرا لك يا يوسف.
Maybe it was Psycho. Like Psycho or KSA, I could be convinced. I don't think we've seen an official MVP, or at least I've not seen one. But I'd go KSA or Psycho.
ESL سعودي تشالنج في آخر السنة.
What's for fantasy point? It's like OWCS-fantasy, I think. Oh, fantasy-OWCS.com. Yeah, it's true. We hit a lot of pulses, Psycho. It was a good performance all round. I mean, I think this sort of backs up the Scrimbucks a little bit. That TM were on top in the region right now. I don't know how much does that influence? How could Qadsiah have quickness week and TM have Genji? So maybe not going to be... Both Alcad and TM should actually be good for that series. Yeah, I think one thing... I think it was Psycho I was talking to about it. Maybe... I can't remember if it was in our interview or we just had the conversation around then, like either before or after. I can't remember which bit was recorded or not. But I remember having a conversation with Psycho essentially about, you know, Simple coming in. And on paper, Simple is very much just like an upgrade, right? He's an upgrade. Over Irony, I think he's a better player. But one thing that Psycho pointed out, and I think is a bit I maybe like underrated or didn't factor in as much as I should, was that actually Simple has pretty good flexibility. And now all of a sudden on certain maps, there's Zen coming in certain places. You know, we saw it on the Circuit Royale today. But even say on stuff like Gibraltar and Dorado, the ability to play some of these Zen comps actually solve a few more problems. And Astro and TM in the promo or the VOD they did for this, they talked about how they actually feel like they can play a huge variety of comps right now. You know, between the Ram, Diva, Orisa, Malga, KSA and TVNC both really have all these heroes in their pool. They can play different versions. They've got Kiri Lucio available. They've got Juno Kiri available. Juno Brig available. Like, that's the point Gander was making about Brig being online for Simple. I think it's a really good swap to swap between that Juno Kiri and Juno Brig without having to do a double swap. So, actually, especially in terms of all the heroes that are available, or all the heroes that are popular in the meta, is the better way to say it. TM looking pretty robust right now. And they're your champions. Spotting the last chance qualifier already. That's the worst they can do. That's the worst they can do. As a TM fan, the best version of them was Stage 1 2024. That was back when they still had KSA, right? Or they had KSA the first time, I should say. Yeah, Astro's pretty tall. He's like, I don't know what he is. He's like 6'5" or something. He's pretty tall. 8 meters. Yeah, 8 meters, that sounds right. Can KSA do a job on Winston? Nah. I mean, these teams would be like, just wouldn't do it. 6'4"? Okay. KSA's a great Winston. Alright. I'll believe it when I see it. Don't make me bet again. I'll bet again. Is there any meaningful chance last chance qualifier isn't won by a Korean team? I think if a team like AG, let's say AG or something is the team from Korea that ends up in the last chance qualifier, I think that's pretty beatable. Maybe not by 4th place North America, right? Or maybe, I mean, honestly, it could be fucking SSG, couldn't it? If it's AG, yes. If it's any of the other Korean teams, I think no, I'm leaning towards. That's how I feel right now. AG, I know AG have still looked really good, but AG always have felt like the most beatable out of these current iterations of the Korean teams. All right, let me grab a drink and then we can talk for a bit. I'm gonna hang out for a bit because it's only like 10:20, so it's still got a bit of time actually. Before I need to go to bed for Korea. Is this the is this OWCX Heart Chain? Should we get this on?
Zaid comes out here looking for a...
Alright, I am desperate for the toilet. But you guys watch this. I'm pretty confident in my team, honestly.
Not really, but I mean, the Nano got the value that you needed.
Alright. Shamelessly steal some content and I'll be right back.
So hard to come out there as your backline. I think you're gonna need to do something different here. Kiri comes out here. So what I'm expecting a lot of just Kiri to really be the pick here that matters here. You need a backline that's much more sustainable, much more livable into the dive here, and a backline that can't be caught is probably the best option.
Well, I think a big error that Freaks are making is there's no pressure on the enemy backline. These Waddle and Milan just get to sit there free firing the entire game, just without any pressure. Just like everyone's gonna stay topped up. And if the Ram's just not walking anything, it's...
Gives out a blade onto Milan. Milan dead. You ride her down as well. It's getting the chew they needed to win the fight. Clean up
this is the stop you want to see right before this corner where your comp really excels. There's very few little angles that the enemy team can take, especially on dive, especially if just holding that close. It's really hard to recontest into the Ram here.
You do have a Trank and a Primal coming up here. I'm suspecting we just build ults and then we just dump onto the cart.
A lot of ults coming up. It's gonna be a big ult fight. You see Cardi. Oh,
Big Bob goes down immediately with Annihilation. Has to come out to sustain him through it. The Trank comes out as well. They're looking to push this Ram. Ram dies immediately. Classic Lucky has to use ult here.
Flux comes out only on the cleave, but the DMAC, will it really matter in the recontest? I don't think so, really. Just trying to get out. It's not looking very good.
Too much deal. You can't take too much deal here. You have to sustain these hits.
Rally comes out. Freak about trying to touch point. Someone's got to punish Milan. He's actually in their spawn door, but no one touches.
Freaky Bob just doesn't touch. It's so focused on Lon, but it just doesn't matter. Problem here is they just take too much poke. They don't sustain anything. Even on the Sigma comp here, they just don't sustain these fights. They don't make it to the long fight. It's just so hard when you can't make it to the long fight. You're gonna have to swap it up here, or you're gonna have to learn the matchup, and it can be difficult here. See how they see. We'll see what their response to this is, but I assume we're gonna just stay in the same comp here.
The map actively works against you, especially for the Freaks comp, but I feel like you can still make it work. There just needs to be a lot of. You just need to know when you need to rotate and where to rotate to. Just not being able to be caught by this dive. It's really hard, especially when you're on the Ram. I think if you're gonna go for that, I think you might want a better pick like the Hazard maybe, where you have a lot of jump back potential. You can just live on your own with your block. You also have easy access to high grounds. Just something with a lot more mobility, I think. Maybe Diva would be better.
Yeah. Seeing an Olari pick come out here from Milan. I suspect this is for fun. I think the Discord is probably just better into the matchup, but you never know here. Maybe the sun will rise, but Plaid Funky swaps onto Diva, so we might not even see the sun this match here.
No speed for Freaks. That's gonna be really hard for Dogthrower to get anywhere.
I'm suspecting we're just gonna play cart the entire match here and hope that we can just crawl the cart, but our comp doesn't really support that. It kind of supports like zombie walking at the enemy team here, not really stabling on the cart.
Pylon is down. That means maybe Placid and Fluke can find their opportunity to jump up top, but Fluke gets taken out by the Soj AoE. And
Dogthrower punching Diva down here. Diva sustains it, lifts it though, but Dogthrower goes down here in his form. Rita looking to clean up the Kiri.
I think a lot of Ram players don't really realize how much HP you really have in the normal fight. 5v5 game mode, I mean, just popping that form gets you so much more HP. That armor matters so much in 6v6 that, like, once you lose your armor, you really can't move.
Yeah, you can't really
Good
stand
attempt on
there.
the slow, but can't find Milan.
I think if you're the Bram here, you gotta play way more into your slow into this D.Va. The D.Va pick here is very strong, but as soon as D.Va is slowed, it's just really hard for them to do much here.
Big slow, but Squeed gets rocked and killed. Klee goes down. Freaky Bob finds Terra Platypus. It's looking really good, but Gothberg is trying to find his one.
And before I forget,
always good for it, you know? Finding Cardi on the car. Maybe you can get an extra pick in the back. Do they know he's back here? They do.
No,
and can't find the extra trade on the baby D.Va.
I mean, again, just...
We'll watch this game.
It's just hard. I fear that the Discord orb is necessary.
All right, full cap, 2 minutes 43.
We have a bunch of ultimates coming out.
Feels like we're smashing, doesn't it?
I'm expecting a Nano D.Va to be...
OWCX is insane. Well, I only signed the best and the brightest to my team.
Good steam map.
D.Va bomb. Lacerator also D.Va.
Oh, Gothberg in trouble. He wins that duel though. He wins that duel. Tracer.
Along with the Flogs.
Annihilation.
Doctor in critical condition, but I mean both backliners up.
1-1-1. Get it, Klee. Get it. Yes, Klee. 12 HP in a dream. Oh, just stay behind shield.
For a very long time, but it's just
not
enough.
Klee at the cap.
Always so get the cap.
Why are we post? Why is he post bombing here?
Super watching the C9 comes out. Just so.
Are you what time is your match sober?
They just wanted to extend the run time, I think.
Yeah,
they just wanted to play more Overwatch.
Just want to have some fun. I see. How busy long.
Tracer players all the same. 7 BST. It'll clash with OWCS, I think, unfortunately. I'll have it. If you got a stream Sova, I'll flick it on between.
This Ram is just really good at winning the tank trades here, but they're just not getting close enough.
All right, Blade coming out. Shut down. Oh, Klee's so good actually. It's a positive trade. He gets the D-Mech and the Bomb Force too. Blade available for Terra. Terra was top of our Face It leaderboard in our club. Honest, D.Va's in trouble. Antied. Push back. Good pick from Gothberg. No ults.
I don't know how.
Yeah, get his D-Mech. Yeah, D.Va's gone. Keep swinging. A few. Oh my god. Collaterals.
So much damage.
The D.Va shift. The dash. Hashtag freaks win. Grow up, I kill people.
We're gonna see a lot of angles and a lot of setup here.
This team have no hope.
Suspect that it's
this is OOL. I actually don't know what it stands for. I've only ever heard people call it OOL.
Be taking so much poking damage, but you do have the D.Va to sustain anybody who walks through.
They get eaten.
You literally haven't won a scrim? Yeah, but you guys are more of a match day team.
Might not be enough for now.
Overwatch Oomph League.
Really
Oh, the Blade is good as well.
Chairs through the backline with a Nano Blade. Finding 3. Finding 4.
Efficient.
I mean,
that's what I look for in my team. Efficiency, discipline.
Freaks just can't keep any space from the last fight. Oh, and Milan finds Squeed trying to get out. That's huge.
He just can't seem to escape.
Yeah, I mean, I've been good to these guys. They won some money in FPL. I gave it all to them. Well, not FPL, like ranked pugs is the right word.
Take your fights well. Flux comes out here.
Flux?
Onto Platic.
Get a D-Mech. Placid Flunky in the bin. Good again from Terra.
I mean, this fight's already over.
Can we get a late kill onto the Ram here? Yeah, help Terra. Oh, I've killed everyone else. It's not too bad.
Walk in really fast here and get an ultimate from them. Might actually win them the long fight, to be honest here.
Milan is on a flank with the captive son.
Where's Milan? Milan was whenever we did community pugs. Milan was a hard carry. He was a menace on Zen. Look at him. Oh, they spotted him. They spotted the Tracer. Milan's gonna have to win the duel. Hits the first shot actually. They walk out. Coalescence push. Need that captive son coming, Milan. Rest of the team trying to disengage. Defensive nade is good from Waddle. More pressure on. Milan's still on the flank. Self-destruct comes out. They're forcing him back a bit of a push. They've lost Milan on the flank. No chance to use that captive son. Need this Nano. 2 players down. Can Waddle get to it? Oh, Terra Platypus in big trouble.
Freaky
Can't
Bob,
find the
we'll be
trade.
back soon.
Play for time, play for time. Oh no, Waddle dies. Reset if we can.
Clean up here.
Need to keep mech, need to keep mech now. Oh, Klee dies a little bit late. Mech should be okay, but we're coming back with double support ult here.
Line is coming back with ult.
I think Nano overclock. Nano overclock out.
Maybe they walk out with the Nano Genji, Nano anything.
Who do you even hit with Captive Sun in this comp? There's just too many characters that can either block it, get rid of the Captive Sun.
Alright, coming
or
through.
just
Rico has been forced, backs him up.
Just leave the area
Bit of space,
back.
they're on point right now. Ult's available, invest something guys, invest. Nano onto Terra Platypus. Bomb out's on point. They play to DP. Deny the remake, deny the remake. Captive Sun, Suzu has been used, he pops it. Get a trigger. Yeah, now do one. Oh, needs a big clutch now. Yes, Golfberg, good. Just for Diva, just for Diva.
Wait, Golfberg finds squeeze.
Touch. They get the D-Mech. Kill the baby. Kill the baby. Kill the baby. Kill the baby. Oh, the bladed back, the bladed back. Oh, good dodge. Sacrifices himself. Holds on. Wait, Golfberg. Hold. Balloons his back. Touch. Diva's back. Yes, C9. What a clutch.
Unfortunate.
Oh.
CXR, are your match winners.
Smoked them. Absolutely smoked them.
It's just hard, you know. It's very hard when the enemy team's plan is to just walk really fast and take your ultimates from you. But
good in the clutch.
That well, I fear.
Efficient fights to get themselves in that good position. Good defense
Unfortunately,
overall.
It's just a very bad map matchup for your comp. I think comp gap overall, but that was the Freaks versus LWCX match. We will see you in the next one.
How much did they pay? Gave it for free, Monkey. Gave it away for free.
Lame-o projects. So stay tuned for that. It's the last match of the day.
Not my team now. Lost interest. Lost interest now. Need Milan in my fantasy. GG's Waddle, well played. Only caught the tail end of that Route 66, but I liked what I saw. I liked everything that I saw. All right, okay.